You know, they have to, right? That's their gameplay. That's what they've been playing. Yo, Ben, bless the map. Send us in right.
We're going to Asylum, map number 1 here in the grand final at San Diego. Reciprocity, Estral, Esports.
Who you want to win, folks? Let us know. We're about to crown a new champion today.
This is going to be a bloodbath of a final, I have the feeling. We're going to kick things off on board with Powers, who so far this event has been fantastic. I had a chance to watch him warm up earlier on, and let me tell you, he was hitting his shots as franchise starts off well. That's going to be 3.
That's 4
that's
going
to
to
be
board.
4. Reciprocity starting strong.
They win that initial, and now they're looking to get an early trip cap domination. Perfect timing as well. The respawn timers at their highest. They're going to be on a home hill, and they come out swinging.
Now, what I will say is this is deja vu from what we saw in the semifinal against Mazer. They come out round number 1 and round number 2, and it was 2 very, very fast rounds. After that, they didn't win a round for quite some time. But either way, exactly what we saw in the last round. The big problem for me there for Estral is no one got a kill.
No one got a kill whatsoever. So we're coming down into our weapon selection process. Each of these teams typically love to put down flash grenades to evolve them into a shot grenade towards the late game. So we're starting to see that now, but this is something that's interesting. Usually the teams kind of prioritize the top spawn. So when it comes down to the second half of that neutral hill at Egos, at entrance, they have those shot grenades close to the action. And with them being kind of being on 60-second timers, they get to get a lot of them. But with the placements down low, we'll see what type of impact it makes.
So in terms of life count, it's as you were. Everyone's still full respawns available, but it's Reciprocity that draw first blood here in the grand final, winning round number 1. Quick glance over towards Powers, who did get 3 elims in that last round.
And if you look at the mini-map, mirror matchup, 1-2-2 across the board. We're starting to see an early rotation crack, trying to get down low. They're trying to isolate a 3v2 right away, but number 4, Kenny, he gets into position as well. If you're going to make that rotation, you need to make it quick so you can get that advantage. But they already gave Reciprocity a prime opportunity to bring that extra man down there. Now, Reciprocity has the tick if it does go to distance.
And that was so important. The train was obviously coming through, crack cross, and Kenny had to just book it straight away. He did not want to leave his team at a disadvantage for the 3v2 fight. So now the 3v3 starts to get a little bit messy.
Number 6 on the minimap, he's trying to get there for a pinch. He has the Lancer from the side. Reciprocity's in trouble, but they did OE to the home hill if they lose this fight. Kenny is able to find one. Adverse crack, they find 2. Powers by his lonesome, he goes down, but the overextension up top, it gives Reciprocity a heal. You're going to have to see Estral back up, get these 2 players, but Rushies is waiting.
Yeah, it's a 2 versus 1 as well, and honestly, if Reciprocity force that, they're going to win it and stay alive. Unfortunately, Rushies goes down. That's going to force Reciprocity to maybe concede their home hill, but you can see the players have come off spawn. Now the big thing for Estral is you've got to send reinforcements back to B, because instantly off spawn, Reciprocity are attacking.
And this is good rotations by Reciprocity. Fran, a little bit too overzealous. I like the play. He had the right, get the decap if you can, but now waiting for the rest of the team to get down. Estral has control after winning that initial. They still have this B hill. They got the kills in their favor, and now just slaying out Reciprocity. They need to be careful of their respawns.
Honestly, I think Estral might smell blood here. Rushies is going to go down. The decap on the home hill of Reciprocity is coming through. You have a couple of players up to try and break. IC is one of them. Fran will join. Unfortunately, Fran will go down, as will IC. Powers the last man. You're going to need a miracle. There's one, but he's not going to find more. Estral Esports tie things up. 1 round apiece.
That's a good counter towards that first round in which Reciprocity had. One thing about this Estral roster is that they know Reciprocity is a good team, but I don't actually think they respect them that much after all the success they've had in Latin America recently. And based off the teams in which they've beat this tournament, Estral, they've been playing their game, and no team has really been able to strike fear in their hearts.
Yeah, very true. Very true, and I think that's kind of one of their key to successes, really, is having no fear. Forget the names on the main stage. Play your grand final the way you want to. As now we head over towards our weapon placement, and already drop shot down.
And that is going to be a pick there by Reciprocity to put the drop shot down low. Some people was questioning earlier, you know, why did Rec put that drop down and lose all those rounds to Mazer when they end up playing them? But Rec, they're a good team when it comes down to learning their mistakes in the present moment. You see, but Reflame gets first blood there on Icy towards the middle. Initial looking to be won by Estral, looking for a few more kills.
Of course, drop is still down. Franchise wants to try and push forward. Stuns come out. Adverse has support. This is a 2v1. Realistically,
he dropped it.
3v1. The drop was picked up, and I believe Powers did escape with his life.
He did escape, but the question is, how, right? You're gonna get first blood for Estral. Powers comes through the middle, gets it, and escapes.
I think the big problem was tunnel vision on Franchise, right? 3 players instantly just trying to make sure that he goes down. And, well, Power says, all right, I'll just grab drop and try and back away. So not the worst case scenario there for Reciprocity off the open.
1v1 isolated towards the train side. That's going to be Icy looking to fight the 1v before Powers can get there. He might be able to save him, but more importantly, they do get the kill. 2v1, 2v2 fight at the B hill. Now they're trying to take it wide. I like the play, but Fiercely trying to hold off the flank. He's going to be able to get that one. He's going to get some help from Reflame as well. So the numbers advantage goes into Estral. They're going to be able to get this B hill as well and set up. But the question is, do they want to push for that final blow? And I don't think they should. Just get the map control, clean up the kills, and set up.
You know players from Reciprocity can be coming off spawn, and they're instantly going to be able to fortify defensively their home hill. The problem is you don't really want to lose anyone else over towards the B hill. Icy was able to find it down. The revive comes through. Now the train flies by. Kenny trying to progress up just a little bit, but of course Fiercely is ready and waiting. Push now coming in from Reciprocity. The neutral onto B would be big. Just buy them a little bit more time, but the problem, Estral, they're getting all of the kills, guy.
Yeah, getting majority of them. Only 3 members of Reciprocity alive. Icy and Fran debating if they want to respawn. Fran has not respawned yet, neither has Icy. They're trying to see what kind of kills their teammates can come out with.
Oh, patience. Adverse, though, trying to get back into that 2v2. Still players from Reciprocity there, ready to take the fight, but the problem is everyone now is falling. Icy left in a 1v3.
They need to get off the tracks. It's
Makes
coming
it a
from
1v2.
both sides.
Icy! Oh, at least
they gotta look
2.
both ways.
At least he took 2 to the grave, right?
In Estral, they get 2 back-to-back rounds. And yeah, and you know, and he had his teammates waiting on standby to see if any type of play can be made there. But the thing is about it, they pretty much knew that Franchise had 1 life left. It's still 2 more rounds and a half. They didn't want to utilize it. That round was a long shot.
And that's significantly better than what we saw previously in the tournament. You go back against EU's finest, for example, Reciprocity were just rattling through their lives. Like, they had an infinite amount of them. And the reality is it cost them dearly in terms of the advantage they could have had in that game. They still, of course, make a massive comeback. But still learning as the tournament progresses. Love to see for Reciprocity.
Smoke grenade placed up top. We're going to have a flame grenade down low to be used there on the side of Estral when they need it. It's going to be number 8 picking that up. It's going to be Fiercely. Going to cap those home hills. Looking at the split, same thing. 2-2. Number 6 gets in first. That's going to be Reflame with that front spawn. He's looking towards down low, but when that happens, Icy takes this little underpass and tries to push towards those home hills. Looking like the initial is going to be won by Estral. They're going to get the drop shot as well.
Yeah, Powers instantly wanted to try and force an assist with that down and try and maybe turn the tide. Unfortunately, it's not going to be the case. 4 players go down. It's up to Franchise. Is he even going to be able to touch the hill in time? I don't think he's going to be able to get there. So Estral go up 3
rounds in a row.
At the half, a very, very good recovery after that very fast round number 1. It was about a 40-second first round, if you remember. It looked like Reciprocity was coming out with the fire, but once again, on Asylum, they're struggling.
Man, Reflame here in the middle, utilizing that front spawn to get over that hop over at Pavilion, cut down low to that drop shot,
so
catch an angle before Reciprocity responds. What they've been doing is that they say, okay, we give them Pavilion, we try to go for home hills, but Reciprocity sends 5 down low, they focus 3 in the middle. Icy needs to get this kill, but he's taking so much damage from up top. They trade, Icy cleaned up. Man advantage is Estral.
And you also lose the drop shot as well, don't forget. So already
well, Fiercely kills himself with the incinerator grenade, so 3v3 currently.
Not exactly too helpful. The drop shot comes out. Rushies is trapped. Rushies will go down. Of course, the home hill is currently being decapped by Franchise. That was Estral, so he's going to wisely back away. Doesn't want to stay too long. Estral with a 2-1 hill advantage now.
And another advantage in which they have 1 drop shot, as you see on your screen, but also the incinerator grenade versus the smoke grenade on this side of the map towards the hill. That's going to be something in about, maybe we'll say under a minute and a half that Estral can get. When we see the respawn time, and we'll let you know on that one. But for now, you got Reciprocity trying to play for a home hill setup and make some rotations down low.
They don't really have too much choice, and the problem is Powers and Franchise both go down. They're going to be cleaned up. The drop goes over towards E. And now Rushy's just surging forward. He finds himself 2 kills. Franchise have to, of course, end his own life there. Icy will be picked up by his teammates. The E-Hill has been broken and is now being held by Rec as they look to chip away the fragile Estral lead.
Estral messed up on that one being because they didn't have discipline with the setup. At that point, you need your drop shot and one guy to watch the E-Hill, send the other 3 guys back, have one guy float the middle, but you can't allow that decap to happen when you have the drop shot purposely watching the E-Hill. It was a fake by Reciprocity in which they got juked on.
Honestly, I thought for a minute Icy may have been a little too aggressive there, but he does get out with his life. Teammates still there to support. Reciprocity now with the lead. 134 to 115, still 2 hills to 1. The advantage Reciprocity currently holds.
And we see the win condition in their favor. 50 seconds until Reciprocity takes the round. They're going to be majority grouped over here towards the E-Hill, but let's not forget a new drop's going to come up in a bit. And we see number 6 and number 4 down low. They're going to fight for it, but this fight is so scrappy for control. Good job by Estral trying to stop the flank from coming through. Powers knows he has 2 people trying to hunt him down, but he's going to back up and get towards the hill.
I mean, he did well just to stay alive in that situation, right? 2 players just going straight towards him. Looked a little scary. Reflame will grab drop, though, so as this round starts to get closer towards the end, the mid-neutral hill, the fight's still going. Crack actually managed to find himself, too. Now the home hill is under pressure, and everyone from Rack
Big kudos to Reflame. Reflame got it done on the tracks, helping take down Kenny and Icy. They got the drop off the respawn. They locked down a neutral hill. Great teamwork by Estral.
Remember what I said about Rec going into map number 1? Don't take these guys lightly. Do not take them lightly. I think after round number 1, they thought this might be easy.
Yeah.
The reality of the situation. No. That's what, 4 rounds now, back to back that Estral has been able to win. Reciprocity need to just get back into that kind of comeback mechanic mode that we've seen them already do once this event.
You can tell Estral was watching that last matchup with Mazer and saw 100%. How Mazer dismantled Reciprocity, because we're seeing the same thing right now, Benson. We're going to get a shock grenade and an incendiary grenade on the side of Estral. They have all the utility in the world to get that last round. Reciprocity needs to play perfect. They have to beat the hop over. They can't let Reflame bully him in the middle, and he's looking for him. It's a big fight there. He's taking some damage. Kenny not trying to allow the hop over, but he finds the sweet spot.
He's already through, and you see the effect that might have just in terms of teammates. You know, they just have a little bit added support in their fight over towards DROPSHOT. They have Powers, of course, marked. Meanwhile, the fight up top, mid-neutral hill, still going to be contested. They may have to just back away from this one for now. They can't give up too much control, though. Still 2 players from Rec are going to be there.
He needs some help up top.
Forward.
And yeah, so they're actually going to give it up. Number 9 rotates towards middle. A lot of Estral players going down low. It's a big fight down there, but the question is, I don't know if they're focusing the home hills. It was more so to clean up some kills. I would have liked for them to fight for that E-hill just a little bit longer.
And there's a big problem there, because when the train came through, Franchise was actually isolated on the wrong side of the tracks. It was a 1 versus 2. His teammates weren't able to cross quick enough. And now the fight for DROPSHOT commences. Kenny also dropped Icy for a 1v2 to try and keep the drop in their favor. Not going to be able to get it. Drop will be picked up by Adverse Powers, a little late to the party.
And they know that they got the guy in the back weak, but that was actually a great rotation there by Estral. They just wanted to make sure they got the numbers. They wanted the drop shot. They didn't want that to go to Reciprocity at all. Rushies cleans the kill, but he goes down, and there's still 2 drop shots to be utilized by Adverse.
And bear in mind, Reciprocity still have the point advantage. The E-kill will get capped up. Drop shot goes out. That catches
He had a
Fran.
nade in his hand, too, as well. I don't know if it's on the ground, but he was trying to throw something. We'll see if somebody walks over there for it.
Reciprocity cannot win this just off 1 hill.
Kenny knows something is in the corner. I saw a little crouch down there as well, so he has a nade in his back pocket somewhere to utilize for this hill.
Bear in mind as well, for Reciprocity to try and make this comeback, they are going through a fair amount of respawns and a fair amount of lives. Just something to keep in the back of your head as the round starts to develop. The drop shot is out. That's a double. Rushies and Kenny both full, and a strong surge forward. They recognize this could be the chance to try and close out match number 1 of the final. Franchise goes down. He's cleaned up. They know there's 1 more player around.
Yeah, I love waiting for the secret man. He knew. He says, guys, I got it. Don't worry about it. The IGL Adverse leading the troops. Also an overextension at the D-hill as well. Multiple fights trying to be won on the home hills. Can Cardia get it? Can he protect it? He has to deal with the young gun and Powers, and he knows since he's in enemy territory, he has to win the 1v1 before somebody spawns up. But Cardia fakes him, jukes him, stays alive till reinforcements gets there.
The problem is, time's ticking. Estral now with the win condition. Somebody from Reciprocity needs to start popping off, and they need to start it quickly. Kenny, of course, will try and do just that as he tries to break and hold the D-Hill. Not going to be good enough. Now it's Franchise's turn up top on E. The decap will come through, but he needs to stay there and cap it. Icy in support. The problem, though, the D-Hill, that should surely be the next one that they have to try and attack. As it stands, Reciprocity win this round in 20 seconds, but this is where now keeping hold of the E-Hill is going to be so important. Reflame with the instant. Icy goes down. Fran goes down.
Tie
is
game.
Anybody else going to be able to get to the hill?
This hill cannot be capped, and they recognize it. Sometimes you got to run through fire to get the kills, and Rushy gets the double. Can he cap in time? This will keep Reciprocity alive.
Powers, 1v1 on the home hill, loses it, it's cracked, but another 1v1, I don't think it's gonna matter. There's not enough time. Reciprocity clutch up big time.
Kudos to Rushies on that double kill. Had a little help, but he knew he had to go through that nade, had to make sure that hill did not get decapped. If it did, it would have took a few seconds to go down. That would have been the last points in which Estral needed to get that win condition. But Reciprocity, we'll see what happens. We're going to check these respawns as well. You can kind of see them on the side. A lot of ones on the side of Reciprocity.
I mean, your back's against the wall in that situation, right? And you compare it to the other side. Reflame, of course, on 0 there. He's going to get 1 back. So a couple of key players to highlight as we go into the next round. It could, of course, be potentially the final round of map number 1.
Reflame has to be careful, especially with that front spawn. But if I'm Powers on the other end, I'm saying, hey, let me match him. Okay, I know exactly where he's going. He's going towards middle. I'm going to get to the hop over before him. Let's get this kill. But Reflame is going to back up, playing a little bit scared right there. He knew what was up, but he's going to switch spots with his teammate.
He has to. He has to value his life. When you're getting to this late into the game and through life, it's definitely going to matter. And it may be a situation where Estral say, well, let's just try and get you back on track. Everyone else's economy has been very good, let's say. It is just Reflame struggling down on 1 on the other side. Icy 2, Rushies 2, Kenny 2, Fran 2. So overall, Estral do have the advantage.
And especially with having a tick, it makes Estral the defensive team. But the advantage is about to go in favor of Reciprocity with the E-Hill cap up top.
Well, Fran actually goes down there. The shot
the isolation.
And that is bad news for Reciprocity early, and Icy's going to recognize probably shouldn't stay here too much longer. He backs away, Crack and Cardia pushing forward. Meanwhile, over towards E, you can see Reciprocity are trying to defend from the front. Rushies and Kenny over on that side of the map, fiercely in Reflame, looking to maybe try and retake. Fran rotating over as well to join the defensive duties.
Now the flash comes through. Gonna come through, try to get that player's life back, but there's the drop shot. Average gets Rushies. Kenny goes down as well. That's 2 kills off the board. The E-Hill goes in favor of Estral. You got 2 members of Reciprocity sitting back watching the hill, the last member watching a home hill. So Estral's gonna want to cap, back up, want to get as many players in that hill to save them, but the double comes through. Beautiful patience by Adverse.
And honestly, now with so many players dead, you can try and push forward, get a little bit of map control, but Rushies hook the corner, held it beautifully. Kenny there to support, and Adverse from an aggressive situation has forced to back away, tail between his legs. A nice play there from Rushies.
That's what Rushies does so well.
So annoying.
Exactly, right? He puts himself in these situations like he's playing the most tactical Gears game ever that nobody else is playing. And he manages to get these secret mans, but Rushies brings his team back with the advantage. They get the hill cap, but now they got to stop this flood.
Now this is important. Franchise and Reflame both on 0 respawns. Even if Estral do lose this round, if they can somehow do more damage to Reciprocity's life count, that could be huge. And well, maybe they've done just that. Icy,
Fran is hurt.
Kenny all down. Franchise knows he cannot fall in this situation, and unfortunately, he does. Estral surging forward. The trip cap domination's coming through. Rushies breaks the home hill, finds the kill, but he knows he doesn't have time to hang around and cap. He has to fly.
And Reflame's backpedaling. He sees Rushies running straight for him. This is a 5v4 situation. If Kenny dies and Rushies dies, they have no more respawns, but Rushies ain't dying today,
They have to find Reflame. They have to level this up at a 4v4 as quickly as possible. As it stands, Reciprocity not getting any points. They've gone for the home hill of Estral, which is risky considering the respawn situation, and Rushies will go down. Cardia flies, picks up that kill. The drop shot is out. Kenny's in a whole different world of pain over towards E. Icy has to score, but
that's the kill they might need. As long as they can catch the E-Hill, the drop shot's in their hand. It doesn't connect.
It's Powers. He has to go off. This is a 1v5. There's no way.
No way whatsoever.
Goes down, and Estral will take map #1. Found himself in a fantastic team, which I personally think now you have to say is the best in the Latam region.
He definitely is. And if you want to compare him to a North American player, I think Jersey's that guy. Based off their play
That's
style.
a hell of a compliment.
They're very slow, methodical players, but when you need them to, they can go off.
They can go off. They're straight for you now. Well, map #2 underway. Reciprocity in a little bit of trouble here in our grand final. Best of 5. Estral, all first blood in the series. We're going to kick things off with himself adverse, but as we say that, Crack does find the pick onto Icy. Rushies responds, finding adverse, so 4v4 momentarily.
And there you go, Crack picking up that kill. He's going down, but this initial being won by Reciprocity. They come in, they get that B hill. They lose a few, but they also get a few kills there on the other end. Elimination condition. Players spawn in now, a domination condition. Rushies just needs to not die, and he's gonna get it before Estral can make it to the hill.
So almost an identical start to what we saw in map #1. Reciprocity come out, a very fast round. Now what I will say that is different between map 2 and map 1 is, well, we saw training grounds, Reciprocity versus Maveser. What happened? This was the map where Reciprocity were basically just styling, right? They were going for ridiculous things. They had all of the talent in the green room going, what are they doing? Why are they so confident? So this might actually be the path for Reciprocity to get back into this series.
Both teams going to be placing flash grenades down to utilize Taurus's fight at the overlook up top, and we know that the overlook has the highest point of this map, and you definitely want a height advantage in any shooter in which you can get. So both teams are going to be fighting for that power position, but the neutral hill is on the other end at B, but the overlook has a good sight line on that one. So you see, but that position is going to be pretty much, Estral is going to take that one for free. Reciprocity is going to be focusing on capping his B hill.
She's had a hell of a round #1. It was 4 elims, of course, no deaths. Much better from Reciprocity. 2-1 hill advantage is now set up. A and B in their control. Kenny may actually have a fight over towards A. It's 2 versus 2. Icy is there in support. Reflame and Crack maybe forced to back away, but Crack doesn't want to back away before he shuts Kenny down. And now Icy with a big fight to try and win. Unfortunately for him, not going to be able to get the job done. It was 1v3.
Good job to Estral, waiting for the rest of the unit to get there. And so they had that 4v2 in which they won, but they're still rotating. They got the home hill. They're wolf packing towards B. They got some players off respawn. They're going to try to keep this rotation back towards their home.
That was a good rotation, but Reciprocity rotated towards Estral's home hill as well. Now the question is, what do Reciprocity do off spawn? Do they push towards B or attack A? The answer is they want to pinch in over towards B. There's still a couple of players over there, in fact 4 to be precise. One's going to track back to their home hill, so when all this is done, it's going to be Reciprocity with a 2-1 hill advantage.
And now you see the score is so tight. It's just Reciprocity by 2 points. And now with this hill, it should go up. They have a great setup. It's about to be a 3v3 fight towards the B hill, but that overlook position is #4. He's going to be able to look down onto that hill. He has the spot to support his teammates. They're going to try to get the decap, but there in Devil's Corner is Icy. And that's going to be a sweet spot in which is so difficult to kill players in unless you come out into the open and walk into the trap. But Estral did a good job getting him out of that power position and capping the B hill.
That was just far too easy to break through in Reciprocity's setup. It's forcing overextension towards Estral's home hill. Franchise goes for the decap, still giving Reciprocity a bit of a lead. Small one at that. 11 seconds. Does he want to stay in cap? Well, the problem is the pinch is coming through.
His teammate.
And he's done the right thing. He's isolated the fight. He wants to take. He finds one. That's Crack. Kenny is coming in support as well. Adverse is still alive. He rolls towards Kenny for the revive. Unfortunately, goes down again. Kenny's still there to support. Frank finally falls. Can Kenny now win the 1v1?
Adverse ain't having it.
No chance in hell. Adverse with the big defensive play.
And now he's looking for a 1v1 at the home hill, but he's going to second guess that decision, make a quick cut to middle, knows exactly where Icy is, and I take it back. He knows where Powers is, but Icy trying to hit him with the cutoff, hits him with a shot, but Adverse knows that he's going to keep his spacing right, back up, wait for the team to get there. Great teamwork, Estral.
And Icy was caught in 2 minds because he wanted to try and pick up Powers, who was down in the corner. The problem was he was funneled towards more Estral players. Despite Reciprocity having a lead 210 to 160, you're not feeling too confident about them holding on to this round because Estral are flying towards Rex home hill. Now 2 players up. It's going to be Franchise who needs to try and go big. Adverse is going to roll over towards the hill. The decap is going to start. Icy is there, but Fran needs to isolate the fight in the hill. Icy rolls towards. Adverse escapes. Rushies and Fran both go down. Icy should surely fall as well, or maybe not. Finally he does. And Estral with a beautiful rotation game.
It is beautiful, Ben. They get all hills in their favor. 4 members down of Reciprocity. Estral ties this one up 1-1, and Adverse is trying to let them know.
And guy, questions have to be asked. How is it possible in that 2-hill setup Reciprocity had, they allow Estral to just walk into B, kill IC, cap the hill, and walk away? That is not acceptable. You saw how hard they made Estral work previously when they were rotating around the map, capping each other's home hills. That cannot happen in a round like that.
And I think it was that overlooked position in which Adverse was holding down. He's been all over this map. He knows exactly what to look for. We talked about how much of a veteran he is, and when he kind of broke out into the scene, you know, one person on that team that we don't give enough love to is their coach involving when he was on the circuit in Gears 4. Right. Also with that Splice squad, involving is such a great player, but you see how cool, calm, and collected he is in the background. Oh, yeah. Also another veteran leader in which all players on that team respect.
Well, map 2 tied up 1 round apiece. And will give themselves an edge after round number 3. Starting with Rushies, who has a 1v2. Not going to be able to win that. IC is there with support. A little late. The 2v2 is going to be forced. The fight's coming through, and honestly, Estral just played that opening perfect.
Kenny saves Icy. The flash comes out. Kenny knows it, but no stun comes through.
They're absolutely pinched. Kenny has a lot of work to do here to try and escape. Kenny with 2. Kenny somehow try and find
he's going to turn on him. He says, you know what, don't chase me because I'm looking for you. But that player was smart. Number 3, fiercely. He says, I'm not going for it, but he's going to start shooting Kenny in the back, force him into the corner.
Kenny just made the best of an absolute horrible situation. The hand that was dealt to him was not a good one in terms of Reciprocity in their opening, but Kenny's still going. He's not done yet. He will find Reflame. Look at try and find Crack as well. Kenny bounce 8-4 off the start, refusing to go down here in round 3.
Powers had his back, and Kenny, he knows where every player is. He's listening to the call out, trying to get in the mix. Reciprocity is also trying to show Estral how to use that, how to whip pack around.
A is being decapped. That was a very quick decap and instantly backed away. That was Rushies just being a nuisance, consistently applying pressure to Estral.
Focusing the attention back to the home hill, trying to not let Estral get too much momentum into this round, making them have to worry about multiple hills across the board.
Now here's what I really want to see. The second Reciprocity realized where Estral is setting up, which looks, at least maybe right now, as a rotation either toward the home hill, and you see where 1, 5, and 3 are on that minimap. The second they realize that, the players at B have to push forward and be aggressive and apply pressure to Estral's home hill.
Now, as this one starts to slow down, you see the win condition in favor of Reciprocity. They're going to be the defensive team in this next fight. Estral, the offensive team. It looks like they might be prioritizing a home hill. Reflame's going to make a move, and Crack's going to support him. They know this player isn't watching. Franz get caught off guard. Rushies, he survives and gets away, but...
And that's important because Rushies now can just fly towards A. That can basically be a win condition. Estral's home hill will be decapped. They're going to have to trade their own home hill, though, and also the mid-neutral. So for Rushies, it's Operation Stay Alive.
He's got to deal with Adverse, though, because Adverse is running to that A hill, but on the flip end, C hill, recap there. That's the by Reciprocity.
Rushies does go down, but the home hill, as you say, is recovered by Rec. The score massively in favor of Rec, 209 to 134. They can win on 1 kill in 37 seconds.
Fran's going to get caught out again, but Franz wins that fight.
Oh. He actually managed to
and that's a big
kill
one for him to win as well with just 1 respawn.
There's 3 players from Reciprocity currently who could push over towards B that are looking over towards C. They decided they want to win just up 1 hill. This is risky. Finally, someone turns around. Kenny's going to try and break B.
Revive.
Big 1v1 there. Meanwhile, the fight on the home hill has to be won. Crack with 2. Can he somehow try and find the 3rd? No, he can't. And that should be good enough for now, at least, for Rec to win this round.
Not if that 1v1 is won on the other end.
They're not going to spawn in. There's no way. Adverse
Cardio wins this. Does he have enough time?
Nope.
No, he's not going to run.
You're an optimistic man, guy. I appreciate that about you, but you have to hold your spawns there if you're
He had
a
good 15 seconds.
Bear in mind, Reflame at 1, Fiercely at 1. The rest of his teammates very, very low. They're going to respect Reciprocity. They don't want to needlessly hand them an advantage.
That was a close one. If Crack could have found some way to reset in that
fight. Put his Nikes on and get across the map? Maybe, but I don't think anyone's quick enough, guy.
Little replay from Kenny using that movement to pick up the 2-piece and also get away from that meat shield. Knowing when to fight and get away. End up getting trapped in the corner, but still picking up some kills, get some help from Powers as well. But that's good teamwork there by Reciprocity. Those were the kills that equated to the win in this round for them.
I will say exactly that. If Kenny doesn't have that start of an opening, Reciprocity are in a lot of trouble because the opening was pretty bad, if I'm honest. Estral definitely had the momentum, but now with Reciprocity 2-1 up, I want to send it over to an Astro Gaming listening with Reciprocity.
Pasean por el medio dos.
They cut to mid, they cut to mid.
Yeah, they have to
Go,
go.
can we play for the Wii right away or no?
All three,
Come
all
on,
three.
come on, back, go, one shot, go shot.
I'm here.
You gotta kill that kid, bro, you gotta kill that kid, bro.
Wait, okay,
I'm one shot,
relax. They can't get on the hill. It's okay, it's okay.
We got him.
Yo, Rush, I think we should pressure. Oh, no, there's two.
Yo, guys, I'm getting the cap.
Only two at B, guys.
Okay, I'll watch him.
Yo, pressing up Rush,
We gotta get it.
I'm ready, I'm ready.
I'm pushing you.
Two of them. I'm passed. I'll deal one, baby, I'll deal one.
Yeah, I think he has an instant, by the way.
Yo, they have up top.
He has an instant.
They have up
I'll
top.
shoot space. I'm shooting his
I'm
face.
dying for the cap.
Nick, you play the Nick.
I'm dying for the cap. It's okay. Just shoot it out. I died for the cap.
I'm not, bro. He has on top, I'm not dying.
They're already on it.
They're on it. They're on it.
Yo, listen. I'm gonna take gas spot. I'm gonna rip the fuck out of this kid, bro. Right now.
Watch it. Wait.
They know. Never mind.
He has to leave. Yeah, he has to leave.
Oh, they might be playing for the hurt here, bro.
He's still hurt.
Add midroom.
Wait. Me and Nick will press up top first.
There's two over here. There's that one and then the...
Bro, you should rotate us. I'm not even kidding. Take the
Over here, bro. We should go right now, bro.
Yep, take the 3v2.
Go, friend. Go, push across right now. Jump me. I'm down, Nick.
I'm gonna go down now, man.
Friend up, hurry up.
One up top, one. They're trying to run. Now cut the other guy off.
Break.
One's in mid-room.
Blue back.
Nice.
Underpass.
One shot, Nick.
Is there one under you, Kenny?
Trade.
Big got crack. We could catch this one in again.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut to mid.
I think he's
Okay.
there. He's still there.
Oh shit, dead probably.
I'm good.
I can't.
I'm hopping out, Kenny. He's going to you.
B. On B.
Middle.
One shot.
Adverse work. I don't know.
One shot on B. Nice.
Got him.
One shot mid room.
On my way, Kenny. B Street, Kenny.
Middle.
Oh my god, one shot.
Middle.
I'm gonna go down. I got
We should already.
You
guys should.
You have to hurry.
We gotta go big. Just commit to it. Just.
Crack and reflame side. They don't spawn.
Right, my left friend. I'll watch that.
Reflame's on the hill. Reflame's
He's there, baby.
He buys on
I
crack.
flashed in front of him.
Yo, your baby, guys.
Make sure you guys have.
I'm shooting this kid.
My bad, Joe.
I'm going down, Nick. I'm down, Nick. I'm down, rush.
Wait.
Can't let me die.
On my way, guys. On my way.
I'm dead.
We're all in on this.
Don't die. Don't get away right here, bro.
Bro,
Don't
kill
get away.
him.
Bro,
Kill him, they can't
time.
That's wrong, guys. All the way.
I can't. If you kill two of them, they can't spawn. You guys gotta start pressing.
We can literally win this round. I'm not kidding. Quickly.
There's one in front of you on you. A rush.
Then he's one up.
I
All your spawns.
just hit with you.
Yo, behind you, baby. Right here.
Oh,
We gotta go. I got him. Nice. OE rush.
I couldn't get the break, man.
Get the break on B.
I think I get it.
One of you has to cut back. Nice.
I can't be. I'm in.
There B.
We have to break on B.
He's on our hill. I'm gonna go. I'm going.
Take your time, rush.
Oh, Vic, you have to.
They're on our home.
Cap anything we lose.
I'm on my way, rush.
Deep build.
I got the B.
They got it.
It's alright. Fuck.
Stay up. Let's go. We're in this match. Let's go. We can win this map right now. Next round, let's talk initial. What's up?
The east side initial.
It's the same
That's what I'm
initial.
saying.
It's the east side initial. Moreover.
Alright, this is where we turn up, bro.
Well, for final round of the first half, guy, we go into the second half. It's all tied up. 2 rounds apiece.
Yeah, Fran running out of respawns there. It was a 5v4 advantage there for Estral. They get it in. They tried to get something going, but the boys were just too difficult. But we see that east side initial from Reciprocity come out swinging 3 down off the
Cardi,
rip.
you gotta hide. You gotta run away.
He blocks. He uses that to zone out the bottom of the stairs and force these players around. But I think one player actually did run through the flames. They said, "Forget those flames. We're going right to the home."
I mean, you may as well spawn in because it's round number 1. But the problem is, the
Speaking of
domination is
flames,
coming through. Rushy's with 1. Rushy should be able to find number 2. Reciprocity. That was a hell of a fast round.
That was a good one. That's exactly what they needed to come off the last one. And we're seeing how well that east side initial worked out.
It's just funny. How do we go from the last round, right, where it's a little slow, it goes all the way down to the wire, to that?
Because, Vincent, at the first round of each half, the respawn timers go back up to their max. There you go. 16 seconds versus, I believe, 11 at their lowest when we get down to our final round. So you do come out and you get a bunch of quick kills in succession. You can go out there and pull off that trip cap domination. And we're seeing how the rotation from the E hill to that home hill, it's a lot quicker than the first half rotation from B to A.
It's funny because just think how good Reciprocity are in those higher respawns. Map number 1, 1. Yes, they lose the map first round. Very quick trip cap. First round of this map. Very quick trip cap. First round of the second half. Very quick trip cap. It's these higher respawn rounds, Reciprocity, are seriously doing damage.
But the rounds where it gets scrappy and they start trying to go toe-to-toe with Estral, you got to be careful with your respawns. We saw Reciprocity all tournament long, bad respawn management. So they need to do good in the second half of this one.
Well, team kill does come through as Rushy's on Icy. How big is that going to affect the fight? Rushy's against Adverse. Adverse just trying to keep his distance from Rushy's. The down comes through. Estral say anything you can do, we might be able to do better. As they fly over towards the D hill, Icy will be up, ready to defend, but he has a similar job to do that we saw Estral fail in the first round.
Adverse ready for whatever. Flash has come out. He's getting pinched from behind. Never mind, that's Cardia. He gets their reinforcements. Trying to get some shots in on Rushies. Can Rushies make the play?
I think that she might be able to survive here, potentially. Downs in the hill. There's still one player up. Cardia has to try and take this fight. Can he win it? It's Powers. He shuts Powers down. The cap comes through. Are Reciprocity going to have one more attempt at surviving? Yes, they will. Cardia, though, can he beat down Kenny? Kenny has to just try and buy time now for his team coming off spawn. But a team kill. Kenny shuts down Icy, and he doesn't touch the hill. A series of unfortunate events for Reciprocity. And Estral will say thank you very much. We'll tie things up once again.
Yeah, fuel up right there. Fuel up on the end. Get all the energy you need across the board. You see Reflame there, letting Reciprocity know 3-3. This is anyone's map, Benson, and this next round is going to be for map point.
And it's massively, massively important for Reciprocity to win this map. You cannot go 2-0 down in a grand final. Yes, they're good at comebacks. Sure, I'll give you that. They had a 4-0 on Friday, reverse sweep if you will. But 2-0 down in a best of 5, that's a lot of gears of war.
I don't even want to go down 4-3 against these boys on this map. But
so
far, mirror placements across the board. Everyone has the same weapons on their side of the map. It's going to come down to who is smarter off the initial. We saw the first round of the half, it was Reciprocity who won the fight at E. The second round of the half, it was Estral. And on this round, it's going to be looking like we're about to find out.
I mean, if you remove the mistakes, you remove the team kills, Reciprocity would have had a much better showing. Unfortunately, though, for Rushies, Crack will meet him there. Crack maybe thinking about trying to push further forward. And Icy recognizes that I'm going to get completely collapsed on. Can he escape? Well, he at least finds one down, but another team kill comes through for Reciprocity. That's now 3 in 2 rounds, but Kenny is still alive. At least finds one, not going to find anything else as the instant Kobe from Powers flies over the top.
His teammate's still there, even though he was getting burned. Somehow he survived, trapped between 2 flame grenades, trying to see if Powers can get in for a revive. If anybody with that movement, it is going to be Powers, and Kenny does not die just yet, so he does get revived.
Rushies was so quick, he wanted to try and take that 1v1 as fast as he possibly could. He just didn't realize that the support from Crack was going to be there, but you're absolutely right. Kenny picked up from Powers, so the fight at E will commence. Powers left in a 1v2, but Kenny joins the fight, has to back away. And he's a little too close to going down there for his liking, but Reciprocity needs some help at E.
And so far, it's been Estral who has had this entire setup locked down. They were fighting multiple fights on this side of the map in the first half, trying to control Overlook. And it's looking like they're just the better team on that side of the map. I love the pressure. They go super wide. And now they're purposely trying to funnel Reciprocity towards the other side of the map and force them on a long rotation. But we're going to see how good Estral is when it comes down to filling out those gaps. But Reciprocity, they don't want to work that hard and go over there towards the D hill. They want to fight Estral once again in his team fight at E.
I mean, they recognize they have one further attempt at it where potentially they could win this game with a 2-1 hill advantage. The problem is, Estral are building themselves a massive lead, 154 to 98. 2-1 hill still in their favor.
Uh-oh, he got the angle. Icy should go down, but you see Powers pre-firing the top of that cover, knowing that Fiercely had an angle.
At that point now where
Reciprocity, get shot there.
They're going to have 1, maybe 2 pushes left. Home hill is capped up. That was a nice little play that came out for Kenny on that side of the map. He's able to win his 1v1. In fact, decaps and runs. Kenny's actually trying to hit the flank. This is where Reciprocity has to go. They recognize they have the potential advantage in the fight, but for how long? Kenny bounce on the flank. He'll find one, but he has some work to do. Icy goes down. Fiercely doesn't want to let Kenny escape. Kenny, not going to find anything else. Fiercely flies forward. And Estral put themselves at map point.
Oh, man, and to go up 2-0 against Reciprocity. Oh, man,
Fearless.
that is an impressive one. I know LatAm is in the chat going off. Vamos. I'm pretty sure it's definitely a North American versus LatAm battle in the chat. I hope
100%.
it is. 100%. It has to be. At this point of Gears Esports, that's what it is, because the region is so strong.
But the job isn't done just yet. You find yourself on that point for a massive advantage in this grand final.
Throughout years and years, Esports, the North American region was the most dominant, and then it was the European region. But when Gears UE dropped, and towards the back end of Gears 3 and UE, we'll say the LatAm region has grown, and now it has dwarfed both North American and the European region. We're seeing the skill of these players, and Estral is looking to put on a show, but Reciprocity has something for him this round.
And that's a great start. Rushy's managed to find himself 2 kills and a drop shot for his efforts. Reciprocity now with the advantage in the
They
round.
need to protect him to get out, and they know it.
Oh, he's running. He's going to get out of there as quick as he can.
That's a
Drop
little...
shot. Oh no, that's unfortunate. Didn't check up top. I thought he may have spotted it, but
Gotta
Fiercely
look
gets
both
2.
ways before you
Fiercely
cross the
finds
street,
2.
Vincent.
Honestly, Fiercely may actually find number 3 as well. If he wants to try and push this, potentially Estral can end map 2 right now.
It's a whole drop shot got picked up in the hand of Cardia.
He said, thank you for bringing it to me.
He says, exactly right. Reciprocity came out with a little trick strat, putting that drop shot at that underpass, something that a lot of teams don't do, probably something that they have a moment just like this, but didn't work out. Now they're wolfpacking to the home hill of Estral.
Now bear in mind, Rushy's down to 1 respawn available as well.
What respawn?
Curse of the caster, I think. Unfortunately for Rushy's, he will fall. There's the second drop. That connects with Icy. Reciprocity back against the wall. Powers needs a big-time play. He finds one. Cardia goes down, but still a ton of work to do. He will fall as well, and Estral can fly now and get some map control.
Rushies is going to be number 6 on your mini-map. He's a home hill player right now at D, and his team needs to get the job done at the Overlook. Estral can hunt him down. If they get that next power weapon, they get a kill on him, they almost secured himself this map.
And you're at the scary point now for Reciprocity where you just have to use absolutely everything. Your economy goes out of the window. Franchise down to 1 spawn. Icy 2, Kenny 2, but the fight will commence. Adverse, he gets the down on towards Powers. The revive should come. Franchise goes down, as does Powers. Franchise actually cleaned up here. Icy and Powers can maybe try and isolate this 2v2. Icy with another down on Adverse as he tries to fly forward. Cardia drops as well. The trip cap coming through. Did Reciprocity read it? They break E just in the nick of time, but Kenny also drops. It's down to Powers. Bear in mind the score as it stands, 195 to 117. Rushies is out of action. Franchise is out of action. Estral have taken the fight to Reciprocity, and now they have the advantage. A 5v3 to close out map number 2. There should be no way in hell Rec win this match.
Icy, Kitty, Powers, they need to do something miraculous. They need to get a wipe. They need to fight 1v1s and 1v2s, but the pressure's there. Icy's down. Powers is down. Kenny is down. A strong 2-0 lead in your grand final. Textbook franchise offense.
I will say, he was a little quiet in that number 1, especially reflected on the scoreboard at the end. But game number 3 of our San Diego final underway. It's Vasgar, you're absolutely right. This, of course, the map where Reciprocity had that fantastic comeback, and it almost seems fitting that maybe this is where their comeback in this final starts.
3v3 fight down low at B. 2v2 fight up top at the home hills at C. The 2v2 fight is going to be pushed first. It's Powers and Rushies versus Reflame and Fiercely. Actually, that's Crack there. He gets that kill. It's Crack and Fiercely over there, so they get those 2. Trip cap domination already. Oh, Kenny stays alive. Adverse thinking about it. Does he want to take the 1v2? He sees he has help. He might just actually just step in the hill and say, come out and fight me if you want to.
That's the play. He has resources there as well.
They're blocking the
him.
corners.
The hill finally broken, but now Kenny's left in a 1v2. Kenny will go down. Frank still alive in the hill. And of course, C has also been broken and kept up by Rec. So now the reinforcements will surge towards the B hill.
Rec has a man advantage for now in this position before Reflame can join the fight. But now currently a 4v4. Quick revive, kills towards the back end. That's the W you want to see out of franchise. But Reflame takes them out. They're looking for a double of their own. Powers on the flank. He gets 2, and Rec wins that fight, and they will get the neutral hill.
It's a big fight to win, but more importantly, I want to see them get a little bit of control as well, push forward. They know where the last player is. Unfortunately, though, the kill wouldn't come quick enough for the win condition. Kenny just may want to keep his distance. They have Fiercely trapped. He should go down shortly. Kenny there to clean up the kill as well. So the numerical advantage back in favor of Reciprocity momentarily. But again, that A hill, maybe you see right, try and put pressure.
Yeah, maybe. And if they do put pressure,
It's gonna be Fran. Fran's going for it. Just go, just fly. Force Estral to turn around.
So he's telling his team like, hey, I'm about to start the trip cap domination. That means all these players are gonna flood. So you saw Reciprocity back up, pull out the Lancers, but Estral knows that they need 1 or 2 to distract these guys as they can have their back spawn decap B, and they're pushing them out all the way. They're trying to push Reciprocity all the way back to their spawn.
And bear in mind, Fiercely actually went back to try and take that fight. Now the rest of Estral are going to backtrack towards their own home hill. This is where it'd be great if Rec could apply the pressure back over towards B. As it stands, 165 to 137, Reciprocity with the advantage.
And you're going to see the A hill decap. Reciprocity have C locked in, and that's a big fight. They're going to be able to get the B hill decap. That's Rushies over there, so still a 2-to-1 advantage. It's going to come down to this last team fight.
You have to be a nuisance here if you're Reciprocity. You have to keep putting pressure on the map. Force Estral to turn around and deal with you trying to play a little sneaky. Again, Estral trying to push over towards B. Icy, first line of defense for Reciprocity. As Fiercely looks to try and take the fight. It's a hard one to try and take. Icy just says, I'm going to leave it for as long as I can. The support will surely come. Icy deals with him. In fact, that may have been Kenny as well who rotated over to help. But either way, it doesn't matter. Reciprocity take round 1.
Yeah, that was going to be the last team fight. Neither one of those teams wanted to invest any more respawns whatsoever. Because we saw Reciprocity put themselves in a difficult spot beforehand, so they don't want to do that, especially on a map like Vascar against a LATAM team.
It'd be a horrible spot to be in. Absolutely right. Round 1, as it has through our entire grand final, goes to Reciprocity.
So we're going to see when it comes down to the placement, both teams are going to get their flashes down to bring towards that B fight used to keep their home hills locked down as well. Number 2 and number 7 going to be grabbing those and bringing them to the fight, but we're seeing a different strategy come out of play for Reciprocity. They're going to take a different rotation, throw something unorthodox at the boys of Estral, and we're seeing that they didn't even take their fingers off the A button. They kept the rotation. They said, okay, we didn't see our notification that they were coming over here. Let's keep going. We know what play they're going to make.
Now, this is important. As soon as Reciprocity recognize the pressure on A, the 3 players that kept C have to put pressure on the B hill. It's now bringing around the Rosie. Keep the pressure on until somebody wins the team fight.
So far, first blood goes to Estral, and
they're so slow.
So Fiercely says, hey, we got 3 guys at B. I'm not going to fight this one, but you guys go to C, and he might. This is where the middle of the map comes into play because you escape. You cut there and you regroup with the squad.
Guy, they've been chasing Fiercely since the very beginning of this round. He was the player that played C. He recognized the pressure, backed all the way off the B, recognized the pressure again, and now has managed to regroup with this team. Reciprocity, too slow on that rotation.
And he's going to cut back. This is looking like a 4v2 fight at B, but they are going to give up the A hill. Great rotations out of both these rosters, just utilizing their numbers to get these hills, but at some point, somebody's going to mess up their rotation and run into a brick wall.
It has to. There's going to be a 1v1 on the top side. Look at that on the minimap. C hill. It's going to be 8 versus 2. Elsewhere, though, the big team fight does start to commence. Icy's going to have a lot of work to do here. He shuts down 1. Can he find Reflame as well? He's got 2 players coming. Kenny is there to support. Now it's a 1v2 for Kenny. Is he going to be able to stay alive? He may just have to value his life and back away.
Yeah, he's going to try to cut through middle. They get the mark. It's some players over there towards the A hill, but Kenny has teammates there. He's going to be safe. You take a look at the score. It's going to be Estral with the current win condition of having a 2-to-1 advantage. They're going to be playing to win off the time, so the defensive team is Reciprocity, who has to make the move, and they're looking like they want to take this 4v4 fight at the C hill.
Now, if you can decap one of those hills, of course, that win condition will be doubled. We'll see. The pressure from Reciprocity comes over towards the C hill. For now, still 30 seconds. Estral should recognize that, again, they can just play the rotation game, and it's actually going to be Icy that might be caught out. Icy's now going to be in a 1v3 on his home hill. He's going to have to call for reinforcements, or Rec are going to have to push through to B. Icy actually goes down, so the Rec home hill is gone. It now comes down to what can the rest of Reciprocity do, and it starts right here with this fight with Kenny Bounce. He's so weak, he has to back away again. If he could at least find a kill, it would help massively, as right now Estral have the win condition in the round.
And they have 4 people at the C hill. They got 2 hills capped up. Powers gets it, but look at A. Look at C, look at the mini map. They're gonna be A-OK to tie this one up 1-1. Reciprocity not gonna respawn whatsoever. You know, they don't want to utilize too many respawns there on these earlier rounds, so they're going to concede.
They can't afford to. They can't afford to. It's as simple as that. And again, the rotation game from Estral from the very beginning was just a little bit quicker. And when you're being out-rotated, even if it's only a second, it may not sound a lot, but the effect it has is massive because it always puts you in the driver's seat. You can get that mid-map cut just a fraction earlier. You can join your teammates in another fight across the map a fraction earlier. Even if it's just Lancer fire, it doesn't matter. You're still there to support your team.
Involving doing such a good job keeping these guys calm when it comes down to this matchup, because you can easily get frustrated. We've seen time and time again where teams just feel like, oh, we got a 2-map lead, we got a lead in this map,
right?
And they start to get a little lackadaisy and take their foot off the pedal a little bit, and that's when you allow your team, that bubble to get bursted, and you get deflated and lose all that momentum. We're seeing opening push. It's going to be a mismatch up top. 3v2 towards the home hills, and Estral, they're going to get the B hill pretty much uncontested. Rec disengages and backs up towards their side of the map. Now Estral needs to get multiple people towards the A hill because the team fight's about to break out.
You got to be quick. You got to be very, very quick on that rotation. Powers is already down. Can Rushies get the revive? He does, but Powers drops as well. So, valiant effort, but both players fall. Estral early with full control.
And AC's getting decapped. The B's getting decapped on the other end, so Crack disengages. So, Estral, they still keep their 2-to-1 hill advantage, but Crack gets some kills down low. He has a 1v1 now, and multiple players are cutting across middle to get down there to help him. They want to win it now.
If someone wants for Reciprocity, they have to just fly towards C. It's their only chance of really prolonging this round. And in fact, I don't think they're going to do that. They want to surge over towards B to assist. In fact, the last player actually does. That's going to be, I believe, Franchise or maybe even Icy, but it doesn't matter. The fight's still going on over toward the B hill.
Yeah, it's going to be Franchise and Kenny, currently number 8 and 7. That's going to be up top on the B hill. But now Estral, they back up, and this is when when you work hard in the early round and you get a nice sizable lead currently by about 60 or 70 points. You can just make sure you have one hill, wait for everybody to respawn, and you can take a few seconds to decide what your next push is going to be. But Estral, they already know they want to keep Reciprocity off balance. They want to keep the rotations in their favor. They do not want to give these guys time to think or set up.
The pressure's coming in over toward the home hill of Estral. As Cartier not able to escape, he does go down. Powers is going to collapse in on the situation as well. Adverse left scrambling for his life. He goes down as well. Rushies may just want to try and collapse in here on towards Reflame, who's trying to cut mid-map. Rushies hunting down, can't find the last shot though. Finally, Reflame will fall. The trip cap should come through if Fran can shut down Crack. He's not even going to touch the hill. Reciprocity back in the lead.
That was a good round. They definitely needed it. They need to keep the lead in their favor, but Reciprocity, one is that they didn't fight the B hill. They disengaged early. Granted, it was Estral who kind of won that initial towards the top half of the map, but Reciprocity had a great retake and they kept the advantage in their favor throughout the rest of the round.
You would love to see Reciprocity win this round, give themselves a big cushion here in Game 3. You said, guy, you didn't really feel as if this was a 3-0 type of grand final, and well, if you go 3-1 up, you would definitely favor Rec to close out Game 3. Still a lot of work to be done, and of course, don't count out Estral.
This is going to turn into a C-Hill fight because why? The incendiary grenade. And Reciprocity does not want to fight for that B-Hill and put themselves at that type of disadvantage. They want to take their grenade, get their home hill, and continue to move forward as a unit, just leaving Fran to watch their flank. So great push out of Reciprocity. Now, Estral, they need to get with the rest of their teammates.
And what's really interesting is if you take a look at the minimap, the kind of dance that numbers 4 and 1 on Estral and number 8 for Reciprocity are doing over towards A. They almost baited out a push. Franchise had to respect it, but Fran needs to be careful because he may actually get caught out in that 1v1 on the minimap. He has support though. So as the fight commences over towards C, with Icy trying to land some shots, you can see a push over towards B. If you're Estral here, you've got to be careful. You're going to feel some pressure very soon.
And the heat is definitely on. Icy trying to get some shots in the side. He misses that one, gets the revive. Good heads up play.
Oh, no, that was the absolute worst case scenario.
It was
Rushy kills Icy.
And then you see Cartier get that cleanup kill. So mishap there on the side of Reciprocity.
Thanks for the revive. I'll just kill you myself.
A-Hill is going to be fought for. It's 4v3 with Reciprocity having the man advantage currently. That's going to force the members of Estral to kind of back up. And Avarice said, I swear up to fight you.
He's not afraid at all. Arrow's not one to back down from the fight either, though, and
Reciprocity. Powers may fancy his chances here.
He know he can't run
has
away
a
fully.
teammate. He has a teammate as well hitting the flank, and Embers isn't going to realize it. All he has to do is just keep his distance, don't get in chunk range, and honestly, Powers has to reload!
Oh, no. You shouldn't be able to take one to the grave in that situation if you're playing some textbook gears there, Vincent.
Now Cardio will fall, so Rushies has to fly forward, but Rushies is downed as well. The score unbelievably close. 118 to 116 as Reciprocity should be able to cap up both home hills, A and C. B, of course, still under Estral control.
And let's not forget about those incinerator grenades that are on the map. Both teams are getting their flashes. The incinerator grenades are at a respawn time of 30 seconds more, so they're going to be next on the list if the round does not end with this team fight.
Meanwhile, Powers is going to be left to try and defend a big surge towards his home hill. The call may have been just back up. We don't need to fight for it just yet. Why? B is being decapped by Rushies, so the pressure will still be there. The problem is, actually, both home hills now are massively contested. Powers and Kenny trapped in a corner. Crack flying forward, but Kenny finds one. Powers finds the other. Beautiful defensive play out of Reciprocity, but it's not over yet. Reflame was there. Fran shuts him down. Kenny managed to find Embers as well, and that should be the round for Reciprocity. The lead is such a sizable one.
Also, Icy rotated over to the other side of the map and took the incinerator grenade of Estral, so he has that at the B hill to utilize when he's ready, and his teammates are picking up the kills on the other end.
I would be very surprised to see Estral spawn in here. Cardi
The last round they need to.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Yeah, it wouldn't make any difference. Final round of the heart to get your respawns back anyway, so you may as well use absolutely everything, but it's not going to matter because this round is basically unwinnable. The kill's still going in Reciprocity's favor. Surely they close it out here. Powers with one. Meat shield picked up. Might be able to find the second if he's quick. He goes down, but the round is over. Reciprocity with the lead now going into the second half. 3-1.
Yeah, that's a well played out round from Reciprocity. They did a better job at controlling those power weapons on the map than Estral did. Also, you know, making sure that they got that initial win in those fights. So kudos to them. But in the beginning half of that round, we saw them with the early rotation. They decided to push towards the top end of the map as a unit to not back up. Grab their incendiary grenade and use it at the hills in which they had that high side advantage between arrivals and helicopter. Now, they have their nade to utilize as well, so they're going to just keep pushing in a direction with the height advantage and their utility nade. So that's going to be going down towards the bottom half of the map and rotating counterclockwise whenever they spawn.
Well, the fight already underway. Reflame full red. Adverse has managed to shut down Icy. And there's another one that goes down. It's Powers, so the numerical advantage in favor of Estral.
And we see Estral, they say, hey, we're not running from you no more, right? Like, we want to fight
We're
you
gonna
guys.
take this fight
You
now.
guys cannot avoid us. We know which way you're going to go, and we don't care if you guys have the incinerator grenade. We still want to punch you in the mouth. And so now you're going to see that they're going to lock down this F hill as well and take that. But as I said, Reciprocity decaps. In these next few rounds, I do think we're going to see a big power weapon get placed down center line.
Potentially. Wait and see. Of course, the franchise, he's put himself in a nice little spot here to maybe try and cherry pick a kill or two. He's just going to drive straight by Fearlessly, finds the kill, but fear of being chased, he's going to have to fully wrap as the trip cap is teased momentarily. It surely won't come in, but the fight's still going on. Kenny's landed a couple of good shots. His teammate in a little bit of trouble. Kenny goes down. Teammate to the rescue. Unfortunately, not quick enough. Cardia left still trying to take the fight. Fran finds one. Can Fran find two? Not going to happen. He goes down on the F hill, but the lead in terms of points is now a pretty sizable one for Reciprocity.
If Estral can make the rotation, they can have a man advantage at the E fight before multiple members of Reciprocity spawn up, but you're going to see Reciprocity already set up, so they're just going to slow down. Does not know that Avers is there in that position. They're going to finally find him, so Icy's going to try to shoot down on top. He has an angle. He's going to get it down as well. Avers tries to crawl away, but good heads-up play and communication by Reciprocity.
Honestly, I'm curious to see if potentially Kenny might want to push through over towards the F hill. The fight over towards the E still going on. Fiercely up top, takes a shot, has to back away. Teammates are in support though. The fight can commence. Bear in mind the score, 180 to 115. E will be decapped. Reciprocity back away, and this is exactly where you want to see Kenny fly forward towards F.
Yeah, and he was waiting to know the outcome of that fight, just keeping himself in position towards the tank half, waiting at the middle. Do I have to back up? Are we good? Are we going forward? So He's now currently scouting, trying to get in position.
And bear in mind, that was a heads-up play from Kenny. He didn't need to stay and go for the cap. The decap was enough as long as he stayed alive, because players are going to have to come towards him. Kenny's going to take Crack down. And honestly, I thought he was feeling a little overzealous there. May want to try and just push forward. The down comes through. He cleans up the kill. Reciprocity, a much better round. Reflame will hold his spawn. Advers will hold his spawn as well. Rec will put themselves at that point.
Yes, they will. Yes, they will. All hills in their favor. Nobody spawning up to a straw, so they put themselves at that map point. Now, a straw. I feel like they want to fight on Benson.
They do. You can sense it.
Yeah, you know, they're tired of playing Ring Around a Rosie, so that's why I said I think we're going to have a center line power weapon soon. Now, if I'm a straw, you put it down towards his tank side because you get to use your incinerator grenade to fight for it, and Rec has to bring that back. So if they choose to want to fight it or not, but tank should be the placement. Oh, they might go for the block, trying to foresee that. Yes, they will. Maybe I'm talking too loud, imagine. But no, they do foresee that one. So now they are going to put something down low. Yep, drop shot.
Guy, lower your voice.
Yeah, right? But no, Rec kind of felt it out. They said, hey, you know what? They may have an advantage on this round, try to play for it. Right. Let's just take away that advantage for now. But guess what? On the next half, when Rec spawn is up there, they will have the advantage for drop.
Or also bear in mind, they might just say, let's just end it here. We have the advantage. We're at that point. Don't even let it get to the next round. Unfortunately, though, that plan there might have some problems to it because Kenny, Rushies, and Icy have all gone down.
Powers gets away with that drop, and that was the most important thing if you ask me. Icy's going to die as well, but Powers, he puts on those burners, and he's going to go all the way towards that E-hill. Estral is chasing, but they need to not chase too hard because now they're going to get trapped between respawn players and a drop shot.
And Powers again, just calling for some reinforcements. Crack is in a horrible spot. No way he gets out with his life there. He will fall. Powers recognizing the pressure.
On his last down. He gets out of there. Fiercely finds a double, and I think he switched to the drop in those final moments.
Tripcap's coming through. Round might actually just be over. It is.
What a beautiful round by Estral. Chasing him down. Powers didn't even get a chance to shoot a drop. Now, it was smart play holding them until everybody can get in position and to make that final push as a unit. But on this placement, Estral needs to block that incinerator grenade for Reciprocity on this round. If they do that, then they can have an even fight at the torque bow. And they went to go half their nade instead. And then Reciprocity is going to have a shock for the fight. So I don't necessarily agree with that one because what happens is you block off that advantage there on the other end. Reciprocity, they get a shock, but granted, they're going to get some nade there, right? But you still want to fight it. But on the next round, you will have an advantage for it, and it could possibly be 4-4 when you're thinking about the long game.
Like the way you think. This round already underway. From Crack's perspective, this one a lot slower than the rounds prior. He should be capped up. That 1v1 was one on the other side of the map. This franchise that won that instant connects with Reflame. And Cardi just barely escapes with his life. Crack thinking about making it a little cheeky. Bear in mind, Evers
playing with
has
fire.
Got his hands on the drop shot. Can he get away? The double down, and that is huge for Reciprocity. The F-hill, of course, right in front of the double down, but
they saved the big man with the drop.
and he's going to get the drop off, doesn't find the kill, but Avers again just backing away. So much pressure over towards the F-hill from Reciprocity. The trip cap will be teased. Can anyone from Estral stop it? That's the question. It's going to be number 4 with the drop. It's Avers, but it's not enough. It's not enough. Currently Estral with the 2-1 advantage. One more map. All they need
This could be the last
to be
one.
reign champions. We now go to map number 4. It's Bunker. We expect things potentially to slow down a little bit from what we've seen in the past, but we will wait and see. Round 1 underway, and Powers has had his moments, that's for sure. Let's see if we can start things off here in game 4 with a flashy start.
Here we go. And I don't know if that's the flashy start right there because they came out real composed.
She has a lot of control now.
the platform side. And bear in mind, there's another down on the far side. Fiercely will go down. Reciprocity in round number 1 have been so quick and so fast, and this looks like it's going to be something similar. Rushies gets the down, and instantly you can see, wants to be aggressive, wants to apply the pressure to Estral's home hill. Icy finds himself a kill as well. The decap will come through. Unfortunately, though, Rushies will drop. Icy is still there. Bear that in mind. He finds the down, finds the kill. Another 1v1 for Icy to try and win. The support is coming, but will it be quick enough? Icy still trying to take the fight, still somehow alive. Reciprocity and their round 1s have been absolutely flawless here in this grand final, but it's not over just yet. Icy forced to reload fiercely now. We'll have a 1v1, but the capture's coming through. More players funneling from respawn, and bear in mind, Estral may end up using a lot of resources in this round just to stay alive, because they keep on coming, guy. Icy's still alive. Another 2v2, and Icy wins that one. A 1v1, potentially. Oh my God!
Icy takes it. That's 8. That is 8 eliminations in the round. And if I'm on Reciprocity, I'm on my feet. I'm looking at Icy, and I'm saying, hell yeah, that's my teammate.
Power said, Nick, I see you. I see you. Squaring up with everybody. He says, you want it? I got you. You want it? I got you too.
And Estral fell for it. They fell for the trap. They kept on coming. They kept on believing they could kill Icy. And Icy said, come at me, bro. I'm ready and waiting.
And this is a beautiful angle that we're about to see, because boom, you're out of here. What's up? You want something too? We're going to get you down. And you're going to have 2 more respawn. Kenny wraps around. Icy, he's still in the mix. Kenny's actually going to fall in this mix. Reflame takes him out. He says, I got you as well. What's up? We're going to stay here in this position. We're going to cap this hill up. So we're looking at the respawns. There's still a lot of 3s and 4s on the side. That was round number 1. They had a lot to invest. At that point, you can pretty much, every player can have 2 attempts at those hills. So
still, that's going to give actually a whole lot of confidence in the map number 4. The men you want to really get going. There's round 2 underway. And once again, a slow start.
now fighting for inches between these two teams. This is definitely a grand finals matchup, Vincent, and I'm loving every second of it. Franchise gets first blood. They're trying to push out again. Reciprocity knows how to get that first blood and push as a unit and systematically pick off all kills and cover all lanes as we saw in the first round. We'll see if they can do it again. They're going to be knocking towards their second half home hill, but Replaying backs the boys up, and Reciprocity are going to stack 3 on top bunker, 2 down low. They have the angles, but Estral is about to flood this B hill.
And I know it's early, guy, but you have to say it. If you're Estral here, you cannot let the momentum get away from you, because if it does, Reciprocity have the players, they have the skill to close out this match very quickly, and that would be scary thinking about a potential Game 5 for a championship. You have to stay alive throughout all the chaos, and they've done just that. Beautiful plays from Estral.
Saving their teammate as well. They need the B hill, but Icy's in the mix.
He's still alive. He's still alive.
He finds one and he backs up,
kill.
trying to get that up A and escape, but he cannot. So B hill capped up by Estral. They're not going to overextend towards the home hill. They're going to have to set up in a 2-to-1. The question is it going to be a B top bunker? They're going to start to spread out now. Reciprocity is just going to slow down. Wait, they want to wait for everybody to respawn first.
And this is where Reflame and Fiercely might have to be a little careful. Both down to 2 respawns available so far. Yes, it would go up to 3 next round, but use another one.
I want to see Estral on their rotation a little bit quicker towards this top bunker setup. Granted, they do know that it's been more of a fight here at B. I like the players to kind of get that angle up top and fire down, put themselves in a position there, but they don't want to risk that fight up top.
And they also have the win condition as it stands. 50 seconds. Reciprocity will have to try and decap B. A decap would be enough. Abbas is right in front of Powers. Smoke disperses. Powers has put himself in a cheeky little spot. He is decapped. So Reciprocity back with the advantage, and Powers may be able to find a couple of kills if he's lucky or not. Adverse shuts it down. Icy there to trade. Icy with a lot of work to do. Teammate with him. As unfortunately for Reciprocity, Estral are collapsing in on B, but for now they've done a good enough job. They've kept it neutral, but for how long? Finally, Icy gets out of the sticky situation he was in. Fran is now locked in trouble. He will fall. Cardia cleans him up. Icy forced back in towards the fight. They know they have to keep it neutral. They cannot let this get capped up. Icy may need to make a play, but he falls. And it looks as if Estral now will cap the B hill and surge towards A.
And they locked off that rotation. Kenny tried to make towards the C hill, just left them down. They look good, and now Reciprocity choosing not to spawn in. This round definitely goes towards Estral. They fight in this one 1-to-1.
Great way to
They're
respond.
staying in here.
Great way to respond. Instead, you don't want to let the occasion get away from you. Let the momentum get away from you. You stop it right there in the moment. 1-1.
Estral's going to wait till they build up a little lead. Once they get 2 rounds, they're going to start talking that trash.
At this point, I'm a believer of don't stir the pot. Stir the pot when you win.
No, exactly, right? Exactly.
Get the job done first. Then you can send them.
You got to. And I think after they realize that they got a 2-0 map lead, they say, guys, we just need to focus. Okay?
Yep.
We just need to win one more map. Let's get it done. We know that these boards are going to be difficult. They're no easy challenge. And we're actually going to see a little split difference, okay? So you have Reciprocity wanting to get to that torque bow as soon as possible on the top bunker. But on the flip end, Estral said, you know what? We want to use 2 extra flashes at the fight at the B hill. So in this round, it could be super important. This is, I would say, Estral currently has a slight advantage.
Wait and see how the fight develops. Rushies, who was massively important at the very, very start of this game. First round opening at B was huge. Can he try and reproduce the goods here in round number 3? He lands a couple of shots. There's the down. He gets away with his life. Can he clean up the kill? Not going to be able to do so. Have to be careful. Reload needs to come through as well. The team support is there, but for now, Estral have survived at B, and they've actually capped the hill as well.
Yeah, they've done a good job at surviving because Rushies is putting out some great shots. He needs a little bit more help behind him. He's looking for the sweet spot, but he's trying to fight for inches, and he's getting them for Reciprocity. So they push past the B hill, looking to acquire the rest of these kills, but they could be too overzealous. I want to say they have somebody down, but the revives come through. Number 8 on your mini-map.
And smart from Paris not to chase that kill, recognizing I don't necessarily need to do so. Kenny for a 1v1 on his home hill. It's going to be against Adverse.
Good
Take
flash.
his time. Adverse actually
He goes
scrambles.
deep in spawn. He says, I want everybody to chase me. Come back. Everybody come back.
But the problem is only 2 players have. Everyone else is reinforcing B. Reciprocity not necessarily falling for that trap. You would love to see someone potentially
This is such a
overextend to
smart
A.
play. Adverse gives his team a 1-man advantage at the B hill, and he sneaks all the way through the second half home hill of Reciprocity, but he actually goes back to fight and goes back to the C hill. Adverse just been in enemy territory this entire time, being a nuisance, and he's going to leave again.
He's bamboozled Kenny again. He keeps searching for him, and Reciprocity just can't find him. Adverse, a beautiful player, but finally, Rec realized, you know what, screw it. Play for Estral's home hill as well. We'll try and lock it in that way.
They're trying to, give them a taste of their own medicine and force Estral to fight towards their home hill so some control can be given back to Reciprocity and so they can clean up those other kills. But Crack has something to say. Powers, he's trying to do the same thing that Adverse did.
Powers tried to juke out a rotation and almost caught Crack. Powers actually still hanging out in that corner to 1v2.
Yeah, you got to take him wide.
Finally, he goes down. The fight at B is won by Reciprocity. That, again, will flip the win condition in their favor once the cap comes in. 60 seconds, but Estral, they're going to surge forward.
They got a man advantage. They got the numbers. Can Fran find a flank? He runs past Reflame.
He's missed 2.
Reflame is looking for him. Fran misses 2.
Reflame still alive, and now the B hill actually being kept up from Reciprocity. They may have to leave it and go back to A.
They need to come back soon. 1v1 at 8. Adverse franchise. He's waiting for him. Gets him shot. Shotty out. Squares up on his back foot.
This is big. Fran needs to win this. The reinforcements are going to be coming, and Adverse is somehow snuck away. Now Fran's left in a 1v2. He has to produce the goods. There's the first. Cardia goes down. Franchise manages to get the shot up as well.
What about the third?
Adverse, the third is there, but is the support coming? Will the support be there quick enough? I don't think so, because the fight at B is won, and that should be the round.
5 dead on Reciprocity. Estral gets the round in which they want. Reflame is fired up on the main stage. That was a good round, man, but most importantly, let's give the man props where props is due. Adverse took his team out of a difficult situation, just being a nuisance. Reciprocity was looking for him for years, and his team was like, all right,
45
cool.
seconds.
Keep doing you. We're going to win the fight. We're going to back up towards our home hill. We're going to win that fight as well. We're going to get the weapons that we got, new flash grenades, and they got it done. And look, beautiful play. They put the torque boat down middle, and they blocked off the Marks of Evolution down low. They knew exactly what Reciprocity was doing.
Oh, Estral, 3 more rounds. Clever weapon placement as well. I want to send it over to an Astro Gaming listening. Estral.
Bro, he up me, guys.
They're on plat. Come on. Yo, on the hill. Take your ass out.
Tienes uno
Cuidado,
abajo,
tú,
tienes uno
Rocco.
abajo, rifle.
Ya está abajo. Ya está
Uno
abajo. Cuidado.
2, 3 MP, 3 MP, homie. Con rifle,
Puede dar,
tiene
puede
dos.
dar. Corran. Si no pueden, corran. No muera.
Sí, sale.
Pero salte. Tiene arco, Arco. Pedo. Ya gasto otra bala.
Organícense.
mago y el otro. Bueno, está bien.
¿Cómo vamos a hacer el retake? Retake, papi.
Vamos a ir a ver, vamos a ir a ver.
Puedo cortar por close, vamos a ver.
Dime, vete, corta porque lo
Caí.
Cardia. A tu izquierda, Albert. Cardia.
Yo te ayudo, cardia. Hazle al de flat, Lo puede remar.
Murió.
¿Adentro?
Cuidado,
¡No, se tubo! Vente, Vente, cardia.
Uno close.
Uno arriba, cuidado arriba.
Atrás.
de mí. Arriba con Max, lo voy a quitar. Lo voy a tener que quitar el de arriba.
Uno va para abajo.
Oh, güey. Una cardia va a morir.
No matas cardia.
Me mató, güey.
Ni pedo, papi.
Pero aguante, no se mueran todos. La última ronda, hay que hacer un buen retake. Están en nuestras nuevas comp. Buena. Se hace. Vayan arriba.
Vamos a ver.
Aquí como por ven.
Lo matas, crack. Mata otro crack. Tiene otro close.
Dos muertos. Estamos
Pushen B, papi.
¡No te raches! ¡Es una pendejo, güey!
Uno plat, lado derecho. Plat, lado derecho.
Va a caer Franchise.
Ahí sí se cae.
Lo matas. Es tuyo, papi.
Yo te quedo arriba.
Ya, tírate para atrás. Creo que necesitan un break,
Aguas, te puse a Kenny.
Gana por uno.
¿Van a pushar
Voy
comp?
arriba, voy a caer en B.
One shot,
Tiene dos.
Vamos para comp. Bajo uno. Son dos en comp.
Dos con.
Ya morí. Me fui de B.
Así por carrera.
Se va a morir. Vete, crack.
Voy a su comp.
Tengo vidas.
Última ronda, salgan, literal.
Voy a su comp peleando.
Güey, la cagó.
Confirme uno.
Ay, güey. Tengo dos.
30. Uno para B de nuestro lado. Uno para B de nuestro lado.
Última ronda, papi. Inténtenlo. Última ronda. Se hace. Venga.
Kenny, güey.
Vamos.
¿Qué pedo?
Love what we're hearing from Estral in that Astro Gaming listening, but Reciprocity will get the better of them in the final round of the first half. We're going to be all square, guy, 2-2.
Yes, we are. And with it being that round of the half, no power weapons will be put down at a halftime, but all the respawns for each player will be maxed out at 4. Now, being one thing that I think is super cool and that Estral is super talented at is that when it comes down to their front lines pushing right towards the fight, every time that they get weak, you see them back up. Right. Somebody's running right past them to take the front lines and to make a play off the damage in which their teammates put out. Always they work hard for all the damage in which they put out, and they make sure that they get those advantages.
It's just so smart, right? Playing as a team, making sure you always have your teammates trade, whether it's trading damage or just trading the lives, whatever it is. Estral definitely playing very well here, but they need 3 more rounds to become the San Diego champions. They have what it takes in map 4. Well, off the initial here, Rushies is going to backtrack to pick up his teammate. He himself will go down because the big flank from Reflame, he actually picks up 2 there. Powers and Rushies both drop. Fran finds 1. Fran drops, as does Icy. Kenny can't die.
Okay, now his teammates. I was waiting for one person to get under 5 seconds on a respawn timer, and with that, because at that point you're going to lose off an elimination if he died. So, but Kenny, he gets away. Powers does respawn.
Problem is, trip cap.
Whoa.
Powers has to be quick here.
He puts it on the ground.
Smart, but he had to get up the hill. He wants to value his life.
Yeah, he almost got away, but I like how he put the torque on the ground to stop the up A and buy himself some time.
At that point, though, surely just stick around the home and try and take one down with you, right? Pull out your shoddy backpack and torque, but either way, it doesn't matter. As it stands, Estral will still be 2-1 hill advantage.
Now to fight up top, Reciprocity has 3 players in position.
Watch your back.
Powers comes out of nowhere like a bus and cleans up that kill, but E-Hill going in favor of Reciprocity. Now, throughout the entirety of this map, we really haven't seen the teams really have any scrappy fights up here at the bunker. It's all been down low at the B-Hill in the first half and where that torque roll was.
Kenny, try and find some shots. Franchise and Powers both in front. Good angles to cover the E-Hill. Game slows down. Reciprocity with the hill advantage, 2-1.
Estral, for now at least, the point lead. But if it stayed like this, it would be a Reciprocity win. The problem, a fight down low once again, won by Estral. That's going to allow them to collapse in towards E. Rec could be in trouble.
They definitely can be. Powers gets cleaned up. Franchise goes down.
Kenny again, last alive.
Multiple members running towards the home hill of Reciprocity. And Reflame is thinking about it, but they're just going to slow it down. They say, hey, we got to leave. Let's not do too much now. Let's fortify up top bunker. Kenny gets cleaned up. And Reciprocity, they want to wait for all 5 to be alive before they make any push. But by the time, all 5 is alive, that's 18 more points than what Estral is going to get.
Bear in mind, Powers and Franchise aren't spawning in here. They don't want to feed away too many lives early here. They're being very respectful of Estral. So for now, at least, well, Rushy actually decides to pull the trigger. Fran is still hovering his spawn. Powers hovering as well. So the round is pretty much over. They have conceded it to Estral. It's just a matter of waiting for it to be over. And with that final kill, should be good. So Estral draw the advantage in the second half.
Yeah, you don't want to give up too much in that one.
I guess for me there, it's about being on the same page of respawn. If someone decides not to, there's 0 point. 0, unless you have all your respawns left and you say, oh, well, I can throw 1 away. There's 0 point to go for it because you're always going to be at a man disadvantage no matter what.
Now,
situation.
when you spawn up, technically that's 1 life, right? In the early rounds, you don't want to die 3 times in a round and then respawn. You got 2 deaths to give up, but not 3 deaths. And you're going to see a few players at 3. So, you go get the 2 deaths. Now you got Icy and Rushy. They got 3 respawns. That's okay, right? You still got a lot to work with when it comes down to these rounds. So,
but more importantly, now you can't let Estral get to championship point.
Can't at all. So we're seeing a fight for the Torque Bow, which is super important. And though that fight got split in the first half 2-2, Fiercely taking a self out with that incendiary grenade, and multiple members of Estral backing up, but Reciprocity still got their foot on the gas, and they were eyeing the home hill. They were thinking about it, but they called for the disengage, and all 5 players are going to back up and wait for Estral to try to play for the retake.
I think if Crack goes down there, that's when they collapse in towards the Estral home hill, but he did very well to just stay alive. Buying a little bit of time for his teammates to come off respawn, and now, well, Estral attack neutral hill, and
he's isolated.
A lot of trouble there, but he's still want to stay alive.
That flash would have got his team, so his teammate had to stop on that one. Also, you have Powers there in the mix as well. Fran and Rushies have great angles. Lancer's down, but Fran gets out Lancer. The kill is there. The flank as well. Rushies, can he find one? No, he cannot, but the team kill comes through. Can he make up for it?
It's just using numbers for further numbers, and now Kenny is essentially trying to fight a 3v1. He's forced to back away, so the fight on P will commence. Icy's going to need a lot of help, though, if he's going to stay alive.
And Icy is trying to keep Kenny alive, trying to make sure nobody can push him, but Powers with the Torque Bow. The beauty of that, he gets one, and that's going to slow this down a bit again.
I would love to see Franchise and Rushies now, number 3 and 5, potentially just rotate straight towards F. Put the pressure on the home hill for Estral, because right now, everybody is essentially trying to take that fight from mid-neutral.
They get the help over towards Powers. Doesn't stick the bow, but gets the kill. Icy gets isolated down there towards the back block. Powers on the flank. Fran goes down. He may save Fran. He needs to kill on Reflame, but he turns around and takes him out. Fran stays alive, though.
Still 2-1 hill advantage in favor of Reciprocity. Kenny sniffs out the rotation for Reflame. He cannot let him get behind his teammates, and that's a good down. A very, very heads-up play from Kenny to realize the situation, to read the situation well. And honestly, if you're Kenny now, you can just count the players crossing over towards E, and when necessary, push towards F. That is the win condition here in this round for Reciprocity, just the neutral. And as soon as he realizes, he can just go. He can just fly.
Kenny's waiting for that Torque Bow. Powers got marked, so you saw Icy just use the incendiary grenade, power weapon control in favor of Reciprocity, and now he officially has the Torque Bow as well.
Yep, he's fine. Number 2 on the mini up, he's going to go straight towards F. This around, Reciprocity will claim. They tie it up again. 3-3. Guy, this is one of the best grand finals we've had in quite some time.
It really is. And then on the flip end, Estral, they said the same thing the last round. We're not using more than 3 spawns in this round. We're going to concede it. They have the Torque Bow. They got the marks. So they got the setup. They got the points in their favor. No point. We're going to play for the long game. We still got a map lead. Now, 2 rounds away from heaven. Maybe some new champions on the stage or an amazing map 5.
At what point do you think about maybe using the block? The lock?
When you know that it's a possibility for you to win the game.
For now, you won't see it in the shot grenade placed.
The shot grenade is going to be very useful up top at that E hill. One team has the marks, but the shot's going to be very useful, and it's a mirror matchup. Well, not technically a mirror matchup, because when it comes down to Reciprocity's Incendiary Grenade, it has a 60-second respawn timer versus the 2-minute respawn timer of Estral. So they're going to get one more every other minute.
Quite the advantage. See if it pays any dividends here in this round as we kick things off on board with Reflame. Oh no, Cardia in support.
And the shock's low. It's all about this bow. It's about where's the sweet spot gonna be. You want to see if you can bait out the nade of the straw, but it looks like the shot grenade is what got baited out first.
Still, everyone being so careful.
Wreck through their flame and didn't get anything for it.
Bit of a push coming over towards E. Crack is pretty tagged up, but Estral not able to cap it just yet. Rushes will claim Tort. Powers also gets the shutdown. He's actually traded out though. The instant from Fiercely, so still 4 versus 4.
Oh, Reflame almost had the positioning, but Wreck takes them out. They get the torque bow. These members of Estral is backing up, but don't back up into that shot. And 2 more players are rushing. They want to fight this. Here comes the flank.
Cardia on the flank, and I think that Reciprocity, had they realized in time, Fram will go down, as will Icy. Estral now in a massive, massive advantage in this round.
They're trying to hunt down Kenny up top. Are they going to push the home hill? That's my question. Nope, they're going to slow it down, because you see Kenny with that mark, and he's going to check them, shoot some warning shots in the air and say, back it up a little bit. We're going to get our players up, slow it down. So 2-to-1 hill advantage for Estral. They got the point lead as well, and they have torque bow.
Could be key. He has it. Fires the first one out.
Can he get it?
Maybe just
no. What?
Nope.
Oh, you got to hit those in the grand finals, Benson.
Straight through the middle. Rushies will just keep dancing with death. Top, Kenny, of course, still in support.
On the mini-map, 4 and 3, rotating the D. Adverse, they stay behind him. Crack goes down, but it may save Crack.
Both players go for the revive. Rashiz, though, gets another down. Crack will drop.
Now it comes down to, can you make a play with the torque, because your home hill is gone. The collapse on mid-neutral's coming through as well. Reciprocity have played this perfectly. No one can cap the home hill, so it comes down to this fight right here on E. Fiercely will force Rushies away. For now, Estral are still alive, but Rushies wants to go straight back in. He's tagged up. He will drop, but here's the flank from Icy. He finds one. Icy finds 2. Is there anyone else in his way? Not for now. Reflame will have to back away. The lance of fire from Powers up top should be enough to surely see him go down, but no, the misroll. Reflame makes him pay.
Yes, it is. Nobody picked up that single bow. It's all about the kills. Adverse gets his 1v. Fran realized that he's in a difficult spot. He just needs to back up. Shot grenade and Incendiary Grenade picked up as well.
And bear in mind the score as it stands, 197 to 186. If you're Estral, keep mid-neutral neutral for as long as possible. Give yourself the win condition, but instant out from Rushies. That finds Crack. Now it's down to Franchise. Can he hunt down Adverse? The answer, or it wasn't even Adverse, whoever that player was, Cardia, I think it was, scrambling away. Adverse up top at E, 35 seconds, and Reciprocity.
Brandon's doing so good staying alive. They're about to play for the home hill now. Yep. You got 3 players pushing D, but it's also a fight at the neutral. It's about who can get it first. Kills coming out. D hill capped up. E hill about to get capped up also.
Now the key player there was actually Cardia, who tried to overextend. Reciprocity should be able to get home hills, but will it be enough? He is also
this is the fight.
Reflame falls. Reciprocity will take the round and put themselves at match point. You can sense the energy of what could be an incredible comeback here in a grand final. It smiles from Rushies, and rightfully so, because he had a hell of a round.
Wow, a hell of a round indeed. So did Icy. Big flank coming out the back end to start that commotion. Fran doing such a fantastic job staying alive as well in that difficult position. Also coordinating that push towards the D hill. Reciprocity doing a great job winning all those team fights. And you see Icy square up. He gets 1. Looking for 2. Powers comes in. They get it done.
This just seems as if it's Icy's map. Think about round number 1. 8 elims. He stood on the opposition home hill, and he took every single fight.
So Estral wants the bow tie. Reciprocity wants an extra utility grenade, and they're going to give that one to Powers. He says so. He wants it for his front spawn for a reason, and I think it's because of the torque bow.
2 rounds to Estral, champions. 1 round to Reciprocity. Game 5.
here in San Diego. And this round starts up with Rushies getting the down on Crack, and the kill comes through. Reciprocity, they're surging forward now, trying to get some control. 3 players dead on the side of Estral, and a big fight bottom middle for Icy. Can he back away? Player's life just enough. He gets a good shot there. The second lands as well. The down from Icy. He is taking every single fight, and he is winning every single fight. 32 elims, 11 deaths. This is the map you need.
Looking like a Gears 3 strafe right there. Benson lined it up, knocked him down. 2-to-1 hill advantage for Reciprocity. They have the lead. Taking a look at a power weapon check, Kenny has the torque bow. Marks it in the hand of Rushies. They don't have any, well, Powers has a nade in his hand to utilize as well. Only 2 nades in a bow tie can just be used for Estral.
And bear in mind the life count as well on the side of Estral. Reflame fiercely down to 1. Cardi has actually been down as well. Kenny hits the headshot on Fiercely. Is that going to open the door for Reciprocity to try and take their numerical advantage? Well, Crack actually shuts down the push himself. Kenny with another torque kill, and the flank from Powers. If they find this kill, surely now they can push forward. Surely after they get control of E, this should be the map control they need to potentially close out this game. Kenny with another headshot, and Estral are scrambling for their lives.
Kenny ain't having it. He's like, I'm putting out maximum damage. Everybody's hurt.
Oh
you guys
Lord.
hit some shots as well. Estral on their back foot. Ben, we might be going to a map 3.
Oh, they're scrambling.
A map 5.
They're scrambling, and honestly, here with your Reciprocity, stay calm. Yes, you had a flurry of kills, but a rotation towards F could be the play. Instead, no. Every blue arrow backtracks to their home hill. We've critiqued them so much in the past for turtling. Could this be another massive mistake from Reciprocity?
Estral's ready for it. They know exactly where Reciprocity is. I don't know what the respawn timer is on a torque boat, but if anybody gets it, it's going to be Adverse there. They're about to have to make this push soon. They got to go.
And bear in mind, Kenny has dragged 2 players straight towards him. Now the flank is coming. Reciprocity could be in trouble. Someone has to OE. It may be Rushies. He has to fly. He has Franchise in support. You're relying on everybody else on Rec to defend the home hill for their lives. Franchise with 1. Crack will drop, but here comes the decap.
Number 8 and 5. Number 8. Oh, number 3.
5. Rushies, he has to try and take the fight as quickly as he possibly can. He is also being kept up. That could be the win condition here for Reciprocity.
I think they get it done.
Reciprocity are sending us to a game 5. Reciprocity trying to complete the reverse sweep.
Oh, man. Here we go, folks.
Here on Exhibit. Game 5 for the bread. Estral, Reciprocity. Someone is walking away with that championship trophy.
Rushies looking to make a statement, and he gets first blood on the map on Crack. Looking for 2. Can he get the double? A little bit too overzealous, and Adverse repays the favor.
Adverse just shuts that down right away. No.
But his whole team would have rushed if he got that kill. They
1,000%.
was like, all right, Rushies is doing it. Pedal to the metal. Let's go for that home hill.
Oh, Adverse actually might be in a little bit of trouble here. If Kenny can close the distance quick enough. Doesn't land the shot, and now actually in a little bit of trouble. Unfortunately for him, he does have teammates in support, so Adverse will have to back away. Whilst that initial fight was going on, the mid-neutral B hill was capped up by Reciprocity. They will now be earning themselves a little bit of a lead.
Benson, we're here on your favorite map.
Yes, sir. Love the colors.
Here, you got Reciprocity down towards Seaside. Powers is going to have to back up. Kenny's face on your screen, though. We know he looked beautiful, but as he starts to back up, nobody has controlled the B hill just thus far. Reciprocity got a little time on it, but we saw it easily decap. Fran catches the reaction shot and takes out Crack. Squares up with Cardia, gets the shots in, has the angle, but Cardia switches to a quick left-handed advantage and hits the shot.
Bear in mind that may have just bought enough time for the reinforcements to fly. Keep your eye number 6 on the minimap. Potential push could come through. And of course, will be Rushies. He's very smart and honestly very disciplined right now. He's actually tried to set up in a position to give some cover fire. As it stands though, Estral do have the 2-to-1 hill advantage. Finally, B is decapped, and this is what I was worried about for Estral. Rushies has made the play. Just stay in the A hill, force Estral to you. That's going to be the game plan. Trip cap could come through. Rushies may want to just take the fight. Honestly, stay in the hill. Force fiercely to you if you possibly can, but B decap, so Trip cap is off the table.
And so he knew not to waste his life in that hill, but he wants to be a nuisance in his spawn. The question is, he needs to escape while he has a chance, but he's still pushing in. He must know that somebody is going to respawn on the side of Estral, and he finally backs up.
But think back to last map, right? Adverse being a nuisance in Reciprocity's form. That's Rushies' game plan there. Be a nuisance for as long as you possibly can.
B kept up by Estral, 2-to-1 hill advantage in their favor, and also the win condition to the round, but Kenny able to find a flurry of kills. Power shuts down Reflame, that's 2 dead. B back in favor of Red.
And that's going to put the win condition back in their favor. A decapped as well, but this time Rushies goes down. He's been playing phenomenal up top so far in this map. He's been keeping Estral on their back heels and unsettled while Reciprocity gets the work done on the front lines.
Guy, I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to say it. The last 15 minutes may have been some of the best Gears of War I've seen from Kenny. He is just taking the fights, and they're going to let him know about it. Reciprocity will take round number 1. Estral holding their spawns.
They also know, yeah, these guys aren't going to spawn in. They know they use too many, and they're going to use this time, all the time on the clock, to have a personal conversation with the boys of Estral on the other end and let them know, but they're going to concede in that round.
I don't think there was much words coming back from the Estral boys.
I don't think there was much coming back at all. Just throwing back. All right.
Seriously playing so well. And Reciprocity draw first blood here in the last map of this grand final. I mean, Guy, it truly has been back and forth. The weapon placement there goes down, but Reciprocity, as I said, man, I feel like they have the momentum. I want to send it to an Astro Gaming listening with Reciprocity.
Going to on the right. Two on the right, guys. You guys should bully out the left.
Yo, when they flash me, I'm flashing back.
Nick, shoot for them. Nick, shoot for them.
Gotcha. No, play up right side, play up
Wait, play one shot.
I'm going big.
I'm coming big, I'm coming big.
Find you. Find your rush. It's left side, left side.
Flank the gate. These are long spawns, we're flanking, guys. We're flanking.
22.
Where's the other guy?
Top on me.
I'm in Kenny, I'm in Kenny.
He break me.
I'm hurt.
Watch out up top, man.
He's gonna go hill.
Gonna go hill, guys.
One of you go back.
I'm a Kenny right, boys. Can stay back, Kenny.
Vic, I'm hurt.
He might be hiding.
Push me, Vic.
Go help them,
Yo, push him left
Go to
away.
them. Go.
Push him on left away.
Ready to help.
I got one.
Nice, you're still up.
Molly, I'm flash.
Stay up, baby. Stay up.
Give me kills, buy stuff.
He probably has something now, guys.
I'm dead, fuck, man. Nick, go upstairs, Nick, I'll get it.
Give me a shot. You're good. I'm going down. I'm good. I'm good. Nick, 2-1.
Our stairs, Nick, he knows. Our stairs, 3. I'm up with 3.
Her, Nick. Her, Vic.
Go, Nick, I'm up.
Get him up. One more. He's one shot.
Kenny, go.
He's one shot.
He ran left hole, watch out, guys. Another one. Running.
Let's see if they spawn out.
I'm like a stop, bro. I'm marked.
I'm trying.
You sure.
Rush, you don't die. I'm here. Watch him. Bait him.
I got him, man.
Keep running. One more, Kenny. Kenny.
Right here. You died.
Alright, set up at E, guys.
Kenny.
I'm break.
We're gonna get out, Kenny. Let's buck that, Kenny.
I'm watching Nick.
Go have the flashes. Go 3 of them are smart.
You're the best, Nick.
Alright, we're good. Take it. One more. Fine. I have 3 left.
Still in 2. Yo, teabag this dumbass, bro. Idiot. Go, man. Bro. You can't kill me, baby! Fuck out of here! You get a shot! Oh my god, bro!
Go, baby!
Let's go, man!
One at a time.
Let's go, man!
One at a time.
Jake, you're the fucking best, bro. Keep going.
Good shit, bro.
Let's go, Nick. Right here, baby. Let's go, Kenny. You're the best, baby. Let's go. 3 more for the trophy.
One round at a time.
Bro, we win the shit, bro. We're both holding this shit up,
You're
bro.
actually a weirdo, bro.
Hold on. Top weapon.
Through all the emotion, through all the celebrations of that round, the key communication from franchise, 1 round at a time.
Yep. 1 round at a time. I will say that
Look at the elims. Powers 14, franchise 13.
they're all over the map, Vincent. Estral, they got themselves in an early hole. Crack, he's been having to save his respawns for the last few rounds. I think Estral's going to have a little bit more confidence in this round. It's definitely a must-win one. You don't want to go down 3-0 on map number 5 in the grand finals.
Has the occasion maybe become too much for Estral? Reciprocity, who were 2-0 down, have somehow put themselves 2-0 up in game 5. Finally, some life Finally, some energy from Estral as they win the opening break and lock in a 2-1 hill advantage.
Yeah, Crack has a little bit more confidence knowing that he has at least 2 respawns to utilize in his round. And we know how much of a big slayer he is for this team. Getting back towards the home hill. He has 2 Reciprocity players, 3 Reciprocity players, and he is going to get picked off.
Oh, they didn't see it coming. And now Reciprocity, they managed to have a couple of kills, and all of a sudden, they can collapse in on B. Estral, who started the round so well, could be in a whole different world of pain. Rushies is capping up the trip cap domination, coming in. Adverse goes down. The flank from Reflame. He's forced to back away. Has to try and shut down Franchise. Can he do it? Trip cap once again coming through. Teammates are going to have to fire over towards A. Are they going to break the hill in time? They're not. Reciprocity steal the round right from Estral. A big advantage, and even Kenny's on his feet now.
He smells the money at this point. Smells the money.
They're sensing
Estral,
the
they need
nerves.
to get back in this game. They need to do something, Ben.
sensing the nerves, Guy. That was a nervy round from Estral.
They need to make a statement. Granted, they did lose 2 maps in a row, but they also came out firing, and they won the first 2. They got to get that confidence back. This is where involving he has to get him back in the game. So far, he has, he has kept them calm throughout the last 2 maps.
Earn your paycheck.
Now is the time. 17 eliminations, 16 eliminations. Fran with just 2 deaths on that side. They're all over the map.
Running around together.
New school and old school. Looking to sign that check.
Absolute chaos on the map. Reciprocity 3-0 up, and you feel 4-0. Surely that would be it. Crack starts off with a first blood, but the fight continues. Kenny finally drops. Adverse joins the fight on the flank, and again, Estral will have the advantage in the opening.
Must-win round for Estral, because if they go up 4-0, Reciprocity is going to be feeling good.
Oh no, and Franchise is going for the flank as well. It doesn't matter how good the opening is. Reciprocity are bullying Estral in terms of the kills. Just picking up kill after kill. There's no response at all from Estral.
None whatsoever. Estral needs to do a better job too as well, keeping control up top on the bridge. They've allowed multiple flanks to come through. Even when they do control the B hill, they need to cover all angles, Vincent.
Franchise stuck in a sticky situation. Cardia will shut him down, but a team kill comes through. Icy springs into life. He's going to be traded out. Crack is very weak, but B still controlled by Reciprocity. The lead starting to build. 98 points to 64. Finally, B is neutralized. Estral should be able to cap, but if you remember last round, what Reciprocity did so well was applying pressure on Estral's home hill.
In this B hill fight, Rushies gets 1, the help comes through, they're looking for 2, the melee is there. Adverse gets it, Reflame goes down. 3 members down on the side of Estral. They got the respawns, they got to use them all. Crack is on his last.
I mean, it's the last round of the half, right? Throw everything at this round if you're Estral.
You still don't want to play a 5v4, so Crack needs to really value his life throughout the entirety of this. He needs to let his teammates push. He needs to be the best support player on that team.
The problem is with how coordinated Reciprocity are right now, the second they see him, they are going to hunt him down. They will not allow Crack to escape.
They're getting some good shots here towards cave side. Reflame is going to plant himself at the overlook Lancer out. This is exactly where he needs to be.
I think Reciprocity can actually afford to give up B. Maybe not, as A is actually being capped as well. Reciprocity, have you been caught out? Well, no, the fight is won. Rushies with a crucial 1v1 against Fiercely. Rec, as it stands, will have to be proactive towards B. A decap, of course, would be enough. Adverse, first line of defense. He shuts down 1. Fran will fall. Kenny trades out a down, though, as Crack just tries to put some shots over the top.
You see Reciprocity trying to chase down his cave side, but look at the win condition. 2-1 hills in favor of Reciprocity. They have the lead. It's Estral who has to push forward. Thankfully for them, Crack is still alive, but Adverse can't die at all either. It's only 25 seconds left.
And Rec have so many respawns, and you can see their intent. Just turtle up on towards the A hill. 1 player off spawn could overextend towards B. Reflame will go down. 12 seconds. You've got to go, and you've got to go now if you're Estral. Powers will drop. Franchise First line of defense
get in
now
the
inside
hill.
the hill. They're actually inside. The decap's coming through. Icy and Kenny are still alive. A big round potentially to steal for Estral.
Oh, they get the kills.
Is ticking. Icy goes down. Kenny goes down, but in flies Rushies. One for him,
They
but
get
he
the
drops
kills.
ball. Now it goes down to Powers. Down in the corner. Can Franchise make the play?
They get the kills.
The score doesn't matter.
Oh,
Estral
man.
Still have
Oh
life
man,
left.
that's the round in which the boys from LATAM needed. Fighting to the very end. And that's that round, Reciprocity. They get on that back foot. They says, hey, we're just gonna hold off here.
Again, why? Why turtle up? You were slaying so well throughout that round. Take the fight. Be aggressive. You have the life advantage. 2 players on 0 respawns. You find 2 kills. You have a huge numerical advantage.
I want to see them just use their Lancers a little bit more. One player, get that cross from the side, but everybody, they just had to kind of flood in with their shotgun. So Crack has to be better with his respawns in this half. Also, if Estral can come out and get a quick win on the first round and a half, that would set the tone, maybe even flip the momentum back in their favor.
If you thought it was going to be a blowout, you're wrong. Still life from Estral, but the first round of the second half, not a good start for Estral. Reciprocity find a couple of kills, and we'll lock in the E-Hill already.
2v2 fight over here.
Oh, the meat
towards
shield
the
just in
lobby.
time.
Very
Oh,
quick with it,
no.
and that's going to be another double kill. But it's 3-1. You don't want to concede. Granted, they got the respawns to use, but you definitely do not want to concede a round this early, especially and put your opponent at match point. They have to fight for it. They have to fight. Every team fight. They gotta get one of these win conditions, rather than domination, elimination, or time. But they need to value their lives and try to slow this down a bit.
Franchise and Rushies could be in some trouble. Rushies actually gone down. It's going to leave Franchise fighting a 1v3 momentarily. He goes for the revive, but he's going to be taken out, as will Rushies.
They
Again,
got down,
a
never
little
mind.
bit of life from Estral as they surge forward towards E.
They're trying to find another down. They know Powers is weak towards the right. They also know the lane is open on the left. Icy going to get caught off guard. Not watching his back. Avers, quick escape out. He says, I wasn't trying to stay here for too long.
Obviously, Kenny may need to be careful as well because that same fight could come through once again. One player currently down, that's Kenny, and yep, Kenny's going to be shut down by Crack. Again, Estral.
Oh, Avers to save the day again.
Lock in the mid-neutral hill. If it stays like this, Estral will win this round. Oh, the push! Rushies, I don't think he expected it, but he does land a nice shot onto Fiercely. Rushies and Fran left, holding each other's hands in the corner. Now, can they push out?
Fiercely
go
somehow
down.
managed to stay alive.
And he's been decapped. Franchise is down though. Rushies may have to hit this flank relatively quickly, but he has to deal with Fiercely first. Lands a good shot, but his teammates are falling over towards
Fiercely
the
says, I'm
mid-neutral
out of
hill.
here.
If you're Rushies, you may have to be proactive here.
Try to chase and put the pressure, but he joins the fight maybe a little bit too late. As I said, maybe just perfect timing. He gets one kill, but he does go down. Now, Neutral Hill goes back in favor of Estral, and we'll see if they get the win condition as well, but they should.
They should. They should be okay. 40 seconds. 191 to 170 in favor of Reciprocity, but Estral do have the current win condition in 35 seconds.
Reciprocity needs to be careful of these respawns, but they want to win now.
That's perfect. Good call, but same can honestly be said with Estral. A few players already down to 2. But Rec are going to have one more push. A decap now would be enough. Icy's going to get it. He's down, but here comes the cavalry. The instant there. Franchise finds one.
Oh, he
the
gets
decap
another
on
one.
the home hill. Meanwhile, Franchise gets 2. Finally, he gets shut down. Rushies is there.
Oh,
Player right behind him.
Flame in
Can
the
he find
flames. He gets
kill?
one.
The downs come through.
Does he get 2?
Estral have both home hills, bear that in mind. So in terms of the points, this one may be over already, or will it? Powers may have to fly towards the home hill. There's not enough time. There's not enough time. Estral will take the round.
That was an important one, Vincent.
They needed that, guy. They needed that.
This is like the best grand finals that we've had in a while.
This goes to around 9.
Stop. Come on, man.
Just get 911 ready.
All right, you know what? I've been saving a little juice in my voice. I'm going to just let it go, all right? We're about to do it right here. This is about to get crazy. We're going to see what the weapon selection is going to be soon, but the Flames in the hill, ring around the rosy. Fran made some big plays there, but Reflame comes in, gets a few kills needed. The overextension from the rest of the members there of Estral to get that home hill, playing for time. Everybody on that team.
What's interesting
Botox there for the LATAM team.
The lives are pretty much even. As it stands, Estral +1.
Just keep that in the back of your mind. Maybe in the late game, that may have some effect.
I love how Fiercely is watching up top, making sure he has a presence up there to protect his teammates on the flank.
Reflame wants this fight. He wanted it.
So
Kenny's
does
still
Kenny.
there, though. Power's in support. Kenny needs to be careful. Power's to the rescue, though. Reflame will be shut down. Cardia backs away. The E-Hill capped up, though. Advantage Estral early on in this round.
They know that they are in a difficult spot. They don't want to stay in that hill for too long, but Powers is there. Does Cardia get some help? His teammates, they leave him to die. And he goes down at E, and another player goes down at the lookover, but he's going to get revived.
Yep, Crack's there to the rescue. That should be an easy revive. And they know they have Icy down in the corner. No one from Reciprocity willing to give away their life to go for the hero play.
Oh,
there.
that was a perfect flash. Does Rushy stay alive? He goes down. Oh, but he gets up.
He has a teammate right there on top of him. E-Hill is back in Astral's favor, but hold on a minute. He's been capped as well. Reciprocity has been caught out once again.
Mr. Krabs?
They have to get on the E-Hill. Finally, it's broken. Now the fight on the home hill can commence. If Icy wins this, all of a sudden, the 2-to-1 hill advantage could switch back to Reciprocity very, very quickly.
But when you work hard in the early round, you can buy your team some time, okay, to take a breather. But Avers does not need a breather. He gets one, looking for two, and he gets that one as well. Cardia finds one in the middle, 3 members down of Reciprocity.
Now, bear in mind, Crack actually is holding his spawn as it stands. Rushies is down to his final respawn as well. Could that have an effect? The longer Crack can hold this spawn, the absolute better. But Reflame
check
is
this out.
the
As long as they got the home hill locked in and they have the front four pushed up, Cardia doesn't have to spawn. They can win this 4v5.
Well, they've actually gone for it anyway. Both players spawn and they decide that this is the right time. They feel confident they can win this round.
And I still believe that Cardia probably did not need to respawn on that one, but of course you want to. But he could have used the cams to protect that just a little bit more, but that's like playing with fire.
I think one of the keys is Franchise and Rushies both down to one as well, so Reflame felt confident. Now, though, the fight will commence. Estral 196, Reciprocity 117. Rec have to break E, and they have to fly to Astral's home. You
Also,
have 20 seconds to do so, and the fight at F is already going on.
They have a nade still.
Icy's fighting a 1v2. Icy's still fighting a 1v2. If he can somehow win that, maybe there's a chance. Finally, Kenny to the rescue. F is decapped, but they still need to cap E. Kenny has to just buy
Number
time.
5 is fighting a 1v1 for the life. And he gets it. It's Cardia down low at the E-Hill. Aver says, yo, what's up? You've been keeping the warm from me? We're tying this game up 3-3. I thought the crowd was for Reciprocity, but I might be wrong, Vincent. I might be wrong.
Back and forth. Back.
Let's figure it out. Crowd. Where's my Reciprocity fans at?
Sizable.
Where's my Estral fans at? You be the judge.
I'd say maybe Estral just. Maybe Estral just. And speaking of just. I just hear Collins start a let's
We know
go
who
Red
Collins
Kent.
voted for. But that's no secret.
Either way, 3-3.
Fran and Powers
Game 5.
looking to get it done. Number 3, Icy.
The problem is, they've slowed down so much now. Estral has learned and understood the Reciprocity game plan.
Oh,
They are
man, for
adapting.
Fiercely to be number 1 on his team with the 14 elims, he must be putting in so much work with the assist. He's all over the map with the caps.
Well, first blood advantage, Rushies, and Rushies actually found himself too. Reflame goes down as well. Massive advantage early here for Reciprocity. You'd love to see them try and end this one early as Cardia goes down as well. That's 4. Fiercely left last man up, and if you're
He's up top.
Reciprocity, go to D, put the pressure on instantly, force Estral to make the play.
They need to be careful because they know Fiercely is on the flank. So Estral is okay. Kenny is too far behind enemy lines.
He's still alive. Kenny's still alive. Kenny finds a kill. I have no idea how he managed that, but he's bought his team some time. Do the rest converge in? The answer is no. Rec will play slow, but Kenny almost had a highlight reel of a play.
Almost. He wanted his team to end it, but he didn't account for Fiercely on the back end with that Lancer, stopping the rest of the players from Reciprocity from joining that party on top of the home hill of Estral. But 2-1 for Reciprocity. Multiple nades out. Powers takes a shot, and he rolls into the flames. Has to come out, but goes down. Cardia is saved.
Now the 3 players from Estral can start to eye up the E-Hill. 116 to 59. This to put yourself a championship point here in San Diego.
Rashi's so weak, surely he goes down here. Not much he could do. Crack cleans him up. Estral are in the E-Hill, but can Reciprocity deny the capture? That's the question. Kenny's gonna have to land some shots, but Crack's just gonna sit there. He's gonna say, no, 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 this hill belongs to me.
Crack with the angle, staying alive. I don't know how he's doing it, but he's gonna get help, but perfect timing, he lives.
Oh, Kenny, or Icy rather, has to now try and fight the 1v3. Icy finds one. The support is coming. The support is coming for Icy, but he's done well to buy some time. Now, though, the shots come through. The neutral and E would be huge for Rec to try and close this round out.
Icy doing a great job just trying to defend this middle. He knows it's not time to go for the decap, but he's making sure his teammates aren't getting flanked from through this middle map.
But time's ticking, guy. You're gonna have to try and make the play. Fran goes down, advantage Estral numerically. Kenny shut down as well. Cardia, that's a teammate.
Yes, it is. I got excited, my bad.
Icy, though, still alive over towards E, the 1v2. How much time can you now buy for your team to come up spawn? Bear in mind, Reflame is down and out. Reflame is down and out. This could be a 5v4. Crack's also down to his final life. Estral have invested so much into this round.
So is Fran at his final life as well, Vincent. But Reflame, you're out of there, as PR will say. Reciprocity's looking good. Fran's getting some downs as well off the other end.
Estral
the points in their favor.
Estral will win this round if it stays like this. Someone needs to make the
Number
play.
4 needs to protect the heal as well as Adverse.
It's Adverse for a 1v3. Adverse for a potential huge play. He falls.
The D-Hill.
E and F locked in for Reciprocity. They will go to championship points here in San Diego. From 2-0 down in the final to championship point. Flawless play from them.
If Adverse had one shot in that shotgun, just one shell.
Boy, that would
one shell, that was it. That's all he needed. He stops that cap there. Maybe just the 2-1 goes in their favor. But what a fantastic round. Okay, for Reciprocity, Incendiary Grenade, 60 seconds. Shock is at 60. That may get changed over there towards the top half. We got a block over there, double disable. That's the smart play.
41 kills from Franchise. 14 deaths. An incredible performance.
That man's been in a lot of grand finals,
Vincent. The map that counts. Your in-game leader having the game of his life. But they still need one more round.
Everybody needs to be careful. They respawn alert. Rushies goes down. That's officially one respawn for him and Fran. One respawn for Reflame and Crack.
Adverse as well, because he's just been shut down by Powers, and Kenny now wants to take the fight. Unfortunately, has to back away, needs to support Powers, who's going up for the middle.
Cardia!
Cardia with the response, the double kill. Crack will cap E. Rushies back in towards the fight. Cardia's weak. Rushies could pursue, but no. Allows Cardia to escape.
He checks him with the pistol.
Bear in mind, Reflame 1, Adverse 1, Fiercely 1,
what you gonna do with that? What you gonna do with that? He's gonna stun him, but doesn't have any help. Recognizes there's gonna be 2 players there in front of him.
The next fight, the next first blood could be huge, and Franchise will take the advantage. The down from Powers. Adverse cannot fall again, or it will be a massive advantage for Reciprocity. It will be a 5v4 for the rest of this round.
If it's anybody, Adverse knows it needs to be him. Okay, he's gonna have to play that back lines, be the puppet master, control the troops, get that Lancer out.
And bear in mind, Rec have 2 hills right now, the 2-1 advantage. That point lead will change to Reciprocity.
Cardia needs to take the game in his hand, Bits, and he has the most respawns, and he's been going off. Speaking of taking the game in his hands, he gets a headshot.
But he has been down by Powers. Will he be cleaned up, though? That's the question. I don't think so. Powers will have to back away. Franchise may need some help. He's going to be pushing a 1v2. Crack shuts down Fred. Now Powers to the rescue. Can you try and trade? There's one. That was Adverse. That was a huge kill. Adverse will
Rushies has no response. Neither does
Fran.
Neither does Powers.
Trip cap's coming through.
Oh no, stop.
Can anyone decap the hill? D is going to be safe for now. This is a 5v4 to potentially close it out.
They just need to find...
Fiercely's being peppered from left and right. Power shuts him down. Fiercely's down to his last life.
It's 3 members on Reciprocity that if Estral could just find
find one.
They have a Votok too as well, Ben.
Kenny's in trouble. Kenny's in trouble. Crack takes the fight, but Crack's down. Crack's down. He's going to be down to his last life. Still, bear in mind, Estral with the lead. 188 to 142 and a 2-1 hill advantage.
I feel like Chance right now from that last time you guys were casting.
Oh boy.
It's such a good game.
it's still a 5v4. Bear that in mind, but there's so many players who cannot respawn for Reciprocity. Have they done enough? No is the answer. Rec have to push the fight. They have to take the fight
That
to Estral.
Botok is still in the back pocket of one of these players too, on the straw. But actually, I'll take that back regardless.
Time's ticking, guy. 25 seconds. 5v4. Rec looking to end it now. Can they do it? Cartier is down. Cartier is out. Crack trades out franchise. Fiercely down. Crack is down. Reciprocity.
Oh my God!
Reciprocity has done it. The reverse sweep. The reverse sweep from 2-0 down to San Diego champions.
Reciprocity makes history, coming out on top and solidifying themselves as the best team in Gears Esports.